All right already. I'm back on. After such a nice ending to such a nice show, and I'm not on the network over there. The network. No, I'm not. I'm not on that. I could turn it back on, but I'm not. There's no recording made of that, so the only recording I have is what I do here. I highly recommend everybody get a thing called Last Pass. Just like it sounds. This is the last time we pass this way. The last pass. It's called Last Pass. It's a thing for your computer that keeps all of your passwords hidden. It's very good. Looks like Sister Boy should have stuck around. Yeah, I'm telling you what. Yeah, I read in the private chat room about the I'm Your Huckleberry thing. He literally scared this guy to death, and rumor has it that he committed suicide when he saw Doc Holliday walk up, because Johnny Ringgold absolutely was one of the fastest guns in the West, next to Wild Bill. Wild Bill was the fastest gun. And if you don't know what I'm talking about, go to a gun range and see how good you are on a draw. Not sitting there holding it, aiming it, having your dad look in the back. Yeah, that looks pretty good. Go ahead. I'm talking pull, bang, bang, bang. And that took precision, and that took practice, and that took learning at an early age. And some of those guys' fathers taught them how to shoot guns at an early age. And some of them picked it up, just like some of them can quarterback a football team and some of them can't. Not everybody can throw a pass that spirals and lands right where they want it to land. Not everybody can do that. Some men back in those days were better at guns. And Wyatt Earp wasn't. He was a dork at guns. Doc Holliday knew that, and so he always backed him up. He was always there to back him up. Not always, but pretty much always. When he died, the last thing Wyatt Earp said to Doc Holliday was, "Thanks for always being there." And he walked off, and he died. Later, I think about a week later or something like that, he was dying, and he went to see him in Colorado in a sanitarium, and just exactly like it says. This is exactly just exactly like the movie tells. It's exactly the way it happened. But that was not when he presented him with the book. He had presented him with the book quite a bit earlier than that. But they play it in the movie like he gives him the book as he's laying there dying, and it's not the way it happened. It did happen that they were staying over in a ranch, and they said, "Guess what? You just got called out by Ringo's crowd." And he was like, "Oh, wow." And he says, "I can't do this by myself." And in fact, Holliday came and backed him up, because they had decided after they found out that the Cowboys killed Morgan, which was just more than Wyatt Earp could handle, because Morgan was his little brother. Take it from me, it's very hard to lose your little brother, because you see him as the baby. Now, what I told you about earlier, remember I told you earlier that when Wyatt came out of remember he was going up against Ike Clanton, they were fighting? Well, this is the scene that they played out at Tombstone, which is the one the one I told you about. This is him and Ike Clanton, and it's very similar to what I was in the minutes of the court, the testimony of the court. But this is the way this is the way the scene plays out in the movie. It's quite similar to what happened, but not quite to the button. You know what I'm talking about? Not quite on whatever.
Kill the man. You'll stand trial for it. Now get back. No. Move. Turn him loose.
Okay, remember when he had a hold? Now, in the movie, he has a hold of Curly Bill Brocious. Okay? In the dialogue from the testimony, he's actually holding on to Ike Clanton's nephew, Billy Ray Clanton. So that's the difference in the movie and this. But it's basically the same thing. That's Ike Clanton telling Wyatt Earp to turn him loose.
He said to turn loose of him.
I'm not. So go home.
I swear to God. Law Dog, you don't step aside, we'll tear you apart.
You die first, get it? Your friends might get me in a rush, but not before I make your head into a canoe. You understand me?
He's bluffing. Let's rush him.
No. He ain't bluffing.
You're not as stupid as you look, Ike. Now tell him to get back.
Go on now, get back.
Go on! Billy!
He'll kill me.
And you, music lover, you're next.
Okay, remember I told you that after Wyatt walked out of the bar, that Doc Holliday followed him out of the bar. And this is exactly according to the documents of Doc Holliday's testimony, what happened between him and Billy Clanton.
Drunk piano player. You're so drunk you can't hit nothing. In fact, you're probably seeing double.
I have 2 guns, one for each of you.
Tension's getting high, huh? That's right. Tension's getting high. And then we have this one, which is the best scene, I think, in the whole thing, which is the final scene when he walks up. He's wearing Virgil Earp's clothes. Okay, not his clothes. He put on Virgil. Okay, in the movie, they act like Virgil went on with the girls, which he did, but not after Wyatt Earp went after Johnny Ringo's group, which was the rest of the Cowboys. He was going to polish them off, finish them off for what they did. And whenever Doc Holliday was set to meet Ringgold up by the oak tree by Sulphur Canyon, he had doubled back around. Doc Holliday went over there and got there first, and before he got there, he had put on Virgil Earp's hat and Virgil Earp's coat, which had Virgil Earp's star on it. And this is what happened when he finally met up with Johnny Ringgold.
Well, I didn't think you had it in you. I'm your huckleberry. Why, Johnny Ringo, you look like somebody just walked over your grave.
Fight's not with you, Holiday.
I beg to differ, sir. We started a game we never got to finish. Play for blood, remember?
I was just fooling about.
I wasn't. And this time, it's legal.
All right, Lunger. Let's do it.
Now, at this point, like I said, rumor has it that he put the gun to his head and blew his own head off. And from what the coroner's report says, I tend to believe that. But this is the way they played it out in the movie anyway.
Say when.
Come on. Come on. Oh, Johnny. Come on. You're no Daisy. You're no Daisy at all.
Poor soul. He was just too high-strung.
I'm afraid the strain was more than he could bear.
Now, Wyatt Earp did testify to the fact that when he walked up on Johnny and Doc, that Doc did say, "I'm afraid that the strain was just more than he could bear." I believe Wyatt Earp believed that he committed suicide. I'm not really sure because they were just standing there, like I said. But if you want to hear from the guy that is still up there, the Clantons, the one that is still up there, the one that still works there, on who killed Johnny Ringo. It's kind of a goofy commercial, the way they do this stuff.
Well, hey, partner, we got some trouble. Geronimo and his band of renegades doing... I know you believe that...
Okay, first of all, you're not living back then. This is the nowadays. Okay, here we go. This is the part I want y'all to hear. Let me go ahead and skip forward.
I can't say he died here, and you'll find out why in just a minute from my friend Jerry Brewer. Jerry, come on over here. Have a seat.
Howdy, Bill.
Howdy. Now, you may recognize Jerry from one of his characters. Plays a lot of characters. One of them is Turco Paco. You'll meet Turco Paco one of these days.
Sorry to interrupt the show, but for just a second, but just in case any of you folks...
All right, can you tell me exactly how you think he died?
No, I actually don't think it was suicide. The last person that we can verify that actually saw Johnny Ringo alive was Mr. Breckenridge, and he claims that he had seen Johnny out on the trail on July the 11th, and of course he was found here dead on July the 13th in 1882. So when the word got around that Johnny had been killed, of course speculation was he murdered or was it suicide? And to this day we still don't have an answer.
What is the theory you have of how he died and who did it?
Well, personally, I believe that Buckskin Frank Leslie took Johnny Ringo's life. There were several people, candidates, who would like to have seen John Ringo removed from this area. One was Johnny Behind the Deuce, but it was said that he was in Artesia, New Mexico at the time of the shooting. And Doc Holliday, of course, had his run-ins with John Ringo, and it was said that he and Wyatt Earp, who was another suspect, were up in Colorado at the time and had a court appearance. And there is no way you could ride horse or buckboard or no train could get you down here and back in one day to appear in court. So Frank Buckskin Leslie and he, Johnny Ringo, had been partying quite hearty for several days and been quite drunk. And I think he and Johnny probably got into an argument. And my theory actually is that possibly Johnny was killed in another location, shot with a rifle, which made the flap of skin fall over onto the scalp, which made it appear that he'd look like someone had tried to have scalped him. And then maybe the body had been brought here and propped up right here on this Kellogg or blackjack oak, and he actually had the gun placed on his chest and was propped up to make it look like a suicide. And of course, Billy Breckenridge, Billy Claiborne, or Billy the Kid, our Billy the Kid here in Tombstone, was a good friend of Johnny Ringo. And he supposedly knew that Frank had killed Johnny Ringo. And he went back to Tombstone and was telling everybody that Frank had killed Johnny.
This gentleman next to me is Mr. Jerry Sanders. He's the gentleman who owns this property, where Johnny Ringo's gravesite is. And how long has your family owned this property?
Well, let's see. They came here in the 1800s and so, and they settled. No, they were teamsters up in hauling timbers from the sawmill to Tombstone. Ringo was killed in 1882, and they were on their way to Tombstone with a load of timbers, and they met Buckskin Frank Leslie about where Gleason is, and he was looking for Ringo.
He was actually looking for Ringo at the time they met him. So, can you tell me and the viewers out there who killed Johnny Ringo?
I don't know. My granddad always said Buckskin Frank Leslie, but then everybody's got their opinion. And he said that he could have told all kinds of stories, but too many people was left alive, so he wasn't going to say nothing.
And who killed?
You know, y'all have a lot of loud birds up there in Arizona. Y'all need to get in check, okay? Just get a BB gun and pop them one time in their tail feathers. Don't kill them. Just go every time they... Come here, Foo-Foo. What is it, Foo? What? What? You have to go outside? What? All right, I got to take the doggies out. I'm going to let this play. And see, now I'm not going to know what they say, so y'all going to have to tell me. Hold on, guys. Here I come. Stop it, Gunner. Here I come.
Killed Johnny Ringo.
My personal feeling was Buckskin Frank Leslie, and I can back that up. Billy Brackenridge was the deputy marshal here in Tombstone. They were riding out to Galeyville. Johnny had been in town several days drinking. Well, as he was going out, Breckenridge was coming in, and he saw and spoke to Ringo. A few miles down the trail, he came across Buckskin Frank Leslie. Next time they found Ringo, he was dead. Now, there's an article in one of the Old West, True West magazines, and they said the pistol they took off of Ringo that he supposedly committed suicide with was a 7.5-inch barrel Colt Peacemaker. He didn't carry a 7.5-inch barrel Colt. He carried the small 4 5/8 barrel Peacemakers, and they were ivory-handled Peacemakers. This one wasn't. So I do feel, and Buckskin Frank was noted for carrying a long-barreled pistol when he worked over at the Oriental here to buffalo people with, and that means hit them in the head when they got rowdy over at the Oriental. In fact, he even, and I've seen a copy of the letter that he sent to Colt, special ordering a 12.5-inch barrel, but the one they found on Ringo was 7.5-inch.
We're still on the streets of Tombstone, and this gentleman's name is Johnny Bones. Who killed Johnny Ringo?
No one? Well, I think it was Frank Leslie, Buckskin Frank. That's who I think it was.
Another vote for Frank Buckskin Leslie, or is it Buckskin Frank Leslie? I never get it right. Okay.
Mike, Benjamin.
I'm Teresa.
Who killed Johnny Ringo?
Buckskin Frank Leslie.
I think so. Frank Leslie. I think.
There's no way you're going to make me ever believe Johnny Ringo committed suicide.
If I was to kill myself, I wouldn't pull my pants down around my feet first. You don't want to be seen like that, you know?
Yeah.
Okay, now, who shot Johnny Ringo?
Good question. I think that was Buckskin Frank Leslie snuck in on him. Actually, a lot of people do, too.
That's the same thing we always say.
Yep.
Buckskin or someone. We don't know for sure, but the story is Buckskin.
Johnny Ringo pulled his own gun, shot himself in the head, then reloaded, stuck it back in his belt, and died after shooting himself. All of his cartridge belts were loaded and all of his guns fully loaded. It was a suicide. That's my story, and I'm sticking to it.
And there you have it, Ike.
You know, y'all have some really stupid people in Arizona. So he shot himself in the head, then reloaded his gun and put it on his chest. Are you kidding me? I don't care who killed him. He's dead, and that's all we care about. The fact that he died. He died like a bitch. No, I'm joking. I'm joking. Calm down, everybody. Man. Here's 10 things that we don't know about the OK Corral. No. Here's George Carlin. Everyday expressions that don't make any sense. Here we go. George Carlin. Time to laugh, everybody, while I eat a piece of chocolate cream pie. Jealous? Nah.
Now this next thing is about the English language. It's about little expressions we use. We all say little sayings and expressions that we use all the time, most of us, and we never really seem to examine these expressions very carefully at all. We just sort of say these things as if they really made sense. Like, legally drunk. Well, if it's legal, what's the fucking problem? Leave my friend alone, officer. He's legally drunk. You know where you can stick it. Well, why do we always assume everyone knows where they can stick it? Suppose you don't know. Suppose you're a new guy. You have absolutely no idea where to stick it. I think there ought to be a government booklet entitled Where to Stick It. Now that I think of it, I believe there is a government booklet like that. They sent it to you on April 15th. Undisputed heavyweight champion. Well, if it's undisputed, what's all the fighting about? It's the quiet ones you gotta watch. You know that one, huh? Every time you see a story about a serial killer on TV, what do? They bring on the neighbor. And the neighbor says, well, he was always very quiet. And someone in the room says, it's the quiet ones you gotta watch. This sounds to me like a very dangerous assumption. I will bet you anything that while you're watching a quiet one, a noisy one will fucking kill you. Suppose you're in a bar and one guy's sitting over on the side reading a book, not bothering anybody. Another guy standing up at the front with a machete, banging it on the bar, saying, I'll kill the next motherfucker who comes in here. Who are you gonna watch? You're goddamn right. Lock him up and throw away the key. This is really stupid. Where are you gonna throw the key? Right out in front of the jail? His friends will find it. How far can you throw a key? 50, 60 feet the most. Even if you lay it flat on its side like that and you scale it, what do you get? An extra 10 feet, tops. This is a stupid idea, needs to be completely rethought. Down the tubes. Hear that one a lot. People say, the country is going down the tubes. What tubes? Have you seen any tubes? Where are these tubes? And where do they go? And how come there's more than one tube? It would seem to me, one country, one tube. What, does every state all of a sudden have to have its own tube now?
You know, I hate when people say vice versa. It's vice versa. It's not vice versa. And I also hate when people say, well, that's what's coming down the pipe. It's not coming down the pipe. It's coming down the pike. I just thought I'd throw a couple in there for you boys. Sorry.
One tube is all you need. What, a tube that big? Somebody would have seen it by now. Somebody would have said, hey, Joey, look at the fucking tube. Big ass fucking tube over here. You never hear that. You know why? No tubes. We don't have tube one. We are essentially tubeless. Takes the cake. You know? Say, boy, he really takes the cake.
Eric? Hello? Radio show. Gosh, dog it. I get so tired of y'all calling, prank calling me. Hello,
Hey.
prank caller?
Yeah, I'm confused. What the fuck's going on? I wait all day for your goddamn show. You're the only thing that fucking makes me happy in my life right now. And then it's over. And then what's going on with this time change?
I don't know. I just went crazy. I went temporarily and freaking sane and thought I'd do something earlier. I don't know.
Well, you need to inform your people. I mean, these people rely on you, Debbie. Goddammit. If their life is completely incomplete until they hear your voice at some point in the evening, and if you come on early and they're not there to hear it, you're fucking up a lot of people. Excuse my sarcasm. I'm just teasing you. But anyway, I just wanted to say that.
No, you're supposed to mean it.
I do mean it, though.
Thank
but
you.
I'm trying to be funny at the same time.
Don't lie to me.
I mean, have a set time, okay? And then if you're going to change it, at least tweet or do something. Let us fucking know. Give us a clue, because I'm like waiting. I'm looking. I'm waiting. I'm bored to death. I'm listening to Jimmy Church. I'm just waiting. I'm searching around the internet looking for something to entertain me, and then suddenly you're there, and then suddenly you're gone.
Well, I was forced to do an encore show by my new best friend, Darren. Huh? How about that?
I love it. Tara's a good guy, actually.
Hey, Darren was the first guy I liked on that place over there, on that She Who Shall Not Be Named show. No, I'm joking. I did, and I made him mad when I called and I said, "Who's the little kid on the line?" He goes, "It's me, Darren." And I was like, "Oh, sorry."
No, Darren gets. People give Darren shit because he is like the nicest guy in the world, and most people can't handle really nice people, but he really is a nice guy.
No, I can handle nice people really easier than I can handle mean people.
Yeah. It's just you get bombarded by mean people. I mean, constantly. I see them coming and going all the time.
No, I don't. I don't just play to trolls. You do. You play to trolls.
What do you mean by that? I'm confused now.
Uh-oh. Boss man's calling in.
All right, bring him in.
Here comes the boss man, everybody. Brush off your pants and brush off your shoes and shine up your whatever. Just be nice, everybody. Be nice. Eric, I'd like for you to meet in person and in the flesh none other than Mobster Boss Radio's Sonny. Sonny.
Well, hi there. Hello, Eric.
Hey, what's happening, Sonny?
Not much. I was just going to tell you that it's kind of been this way all along.
Really?
That, yes, as far as like a schedule goes, and that's kind of the way we all really like it.
Really? I think it's bullshit, personally.
Well, I mean that you're entitled to that, but you're new here, so you don't set precedents.
I know. I'm on the lower end of the totem pole. I'm just talking shit.
Yes, you are. I know. I'm just playing with you.
Okay, cool. That was good on that. Yeah, but it would be helpful, though. I mean, seriously, if we had a clue, that's all I'm asking. I'm just asking.
No, I was
buy
just,
a clue.
Brother, I was just fucking with you.
I know, it's all good.
It's no big deal. No big
Sonny,
deal.
I haven't had a chance to talk to you. Who are you in the chat room? So who am I looking at?
I haven't even logged into the chat room. Normally, I'm Mobster Boss Radio.
Okay, right on. You got your own show then, right?
Yeah, I do a show as Lester Bartholomew Jones on iHeart.
Turn it up.
It says Mobster Boss Radio, but it's Lester Live Show.
Sonny.
What?
I'm sorry. It's me, Tyrone. I need to collect on last month's bill, buddy. You owe me $350.
Deb, you got that turned down too much, Debbie. You need to turn it up a little bit.
I got your 350 right here. I got your 350 right here.
Fuck you, Aaron. This isn't Debbie. This is Tyrone. Shoelaces. Shut up. I hate all of you.
They call him Tyrone 2 times. That's because he says everything twice.
No, it's Tyrone Shoelaces, Sonny.
Oh, I'm sorry. I knew that. I was just...
I had you on the overhead speakers. I'm sorry. So, Eric, maybe you could tell Sonny about some of the UFOs that you have seen and stuff like that. Eric's into UFOs and aliens and stuff like that.
Oh, okay.
Well, I mean, first question.
Sonny doesn't believe. No, Sonny
doesn't. Do you believe Sonny? Do you believe that shit's real?
No.
First of all.
I played him a EVP one night that said, "Sissy," and even he did not agree that it was an EVP. And I was like, "Oh my god, I'm gonna kill you."
Yeah, I've just never really been into that. I'm not saying that there's not something out there, but I'm trying to figure out why we, as a society, would even want to fucking know, because if we ever find out that it's real, we're going to go try to kill it, and chances are that their technology is way beyond ours, so we just blow the shit out of ourselves.
Well, you nailed it. I mean, it's entertainment. I mean, it's a reality, but it's so far out there that I kind of look at it as entertainment, because if you don't, you're just going to drive yourself nuts with the whole problem. At least that's my perspective. But the whole. I mean, I've seen UFOs. I've seen them twice, actually. I'm totally convinced that I saw something that was not meant to be seen. You know, as far as it wasn't an airplane, it wasn't a helicopter, it wasn't one of the Chinese lanterns.
Yeah. Well, you know, years ago, right after the Civil War, I lived in Phoenix.
What? After the Civil War?
Well, right, Phoenix is a hot spot. I want to hear this.
Right after the Civil War, I lived in Phoenix, and when I was a little kid...
You said the Civil War.
Yeah, the Civil War.
What year was that, by the way?
That was like 18, whatever the fuck it was. But anyway.
You're talking about a past life. You must have had a past
Yeah,
life.
that's right.
No, we give Sonny a hard time about his age around here. In fact, do you remember what Goose said to you? Goose?
Yeah, I do.
Goose said the funniest thing. Just a minute, I'm trying to segue.
It was hilarious.
Drop. Goose was on the show, and Goose is a vet. Sonny's a vet, and Goose adores Sonny. In fact, he said to me, and I kid you not, this is all segue. He said to me, meeting Sonny was surreal. He said, surreal. That was the way he described it. But one night on the show, this is what he said to Sonny. Listen to this drop. It's really funny, Eric.
Yeah. It's really good stuff.
And what I will say, Debbie, is anytime I come on here, it's always a privilege. And I mean that. It's always a privilege to speak to Lester.
Oh, thank you, man.
Because it's not every day you can talk to a Civil War veteran.
That was good stuff.
Yeah, Goose got him. So anyway, go ahead. You lived in Phoenix? Is that what you said?
Well, I lived in Phoenix when I was a little kid for a couple of years, right after my parents died. And while I was living in Phoenix for this couple of years, I don't even really know when this happened, but there was some light that came down. We were all out in the backyard of this place, and there was this light that came down, so it felt like it was so close it covered the whole sky. And the people that I was staying with at the time, the man was leaning back in the chair so far back trying to see everything that he fell over. He passed out. They weren't drinking or anything like that, but he passed out. The woman hyperventilated, had to call for an ambulance. And all kinds of people were like running out in the streets, and they were all scared to death. And I don't even know what that ever was.
Okay, hold on, Debbie. Can I please ask this gentleman some questions? I got to talk to him.
Yeah.
Was this around 1997 or before or after?
Oh, dude, we're talking way before that.
Really?
And we're talking back into the 60s.
No shit.
I was like 8 years old.
You know what?
You sound like you're about 50, but obviously you must be older.
You know what?
Yeah, I'm a little older than that.
I've always thought that the reason they come there is there is in fact a gray, an actual alien at that base out there, Area 51, and they're trying to retrieve it, and they get scared off for some reason.
No, it's part of it, but it's
whatever. I don't know. That's just what I think, and you cannot take away my thoughts. No,
okay, fine. You're right.
Go ahead.
But I mean, what would we? Because see, we kill everything. That's what we do. If we don't understand something, we kill it.
That's a good point.
You know, yeah. So what would make us think that with the technology that we have, somebody comes here from gazillion light years away and using some kind of technology that we wouldn't even think of it yet, and we think we're going to do something to it? And I'm curious as to what we would think we would do with one of these things. You know,
we can't do shit. That's really the bottom line. There's nothing modern humans can do about this. That's why they keep it a secret.
You remember that movie from 1,000 years ago, The Day the Earth Stood Still?
Yes.
That was my favorite movie as a little kid. And
what was it about?
And I believe
was it a silent film or?
Yeah, no, they had just moved into the talkies at that point.
I'm sorry. Go ahead.
Yeah.
I'm sorry.
Okay, hold on. My favorite movie was Abbott and Costello meet Frankenstein and the Wolfman. Remember that movie? That was a classic.
Yes, I do remember that.
Yeah, I remember. See, I'm not too far off from you.
Yeah.
Anyway,
but anyway, this thing was just whatever it was, and I've never seen a UFO. If I saw one that day, that's the only one I've ever seen. I don't know what it was. I think I was like 8 years old. I just don't remember. I mean, I know that man passed out, And the woman, she hyperventilated, like I said. She called an ambulance. All these people were going crazy. Nobody could figure out what happened. It disrupted electricity for like 4 hours.
Wow. So this is before 1970. Is that what you're saying? I'm just trying to figure this out.
Yeah, it was sometime in the 60s.
Interesting. Was it before Kennedy was killed or after he was assassinated?
It would be after he was assassinated, or right in that time frame, somewhere in that neighborhood.
Well, I've been researching Arizona. I'm going to do a documentary about Arizona. I have a theory, but I can't prove it yet. But I'm working on it.
What do you think it is?
Well, that particular part of the United States, the world, the Earth, there's many. They call them portals, and the Indians, the native Indians that were here way before the white man were here. They knew who these people were. They drew pictures, petroglyphs on caves, and the space creatures. You can look. You know what I'm talking about, right? The petroglyphs.
I do know. Yes.
So I mean, to me, that's evidence right there. I mean, it's not verifiable, but it's certainly damn good circumstantial evidence.
Well, but the other evidence might be see, here I am a non-believer, but I'm going to point something out that I think might be, that might lend to your argument about this, was all those landing strips built by the Aztecs, that you can only see this from like miles up in the sky.
Exactly.
And so, and I say I'm a non-believer. I don't know what to believe, but I do know that you can't tell what these things even represent, because they're put in an order that they make some kind of a pattern, and and you can't tell, but apparently from like way up at like 30,000 feet, you can see all of these runways and the way that they come together.
Okay, and then you know what else? They use these parallel ley lines and pyramids as coordinates and marking points to be able to. I mean, are you familiar with the pyramids and the parallel lines and all that stuff?
Right, and they use the pyramids as like waypoints, right?
Exactly, and there's I think it's a 33 or 37. I can't remember the number off the top of my head, but there's if you chart it, you chart all the activity and all these different pyramids. They're all along they call it a ley line, and it goes across Earth, and they're all right within. I mean, it's a trip. I mean, it was definitely intelligently created.
Right. Yeah. No, I see, and I've seen a lot of this stuff that you're talking about, and it makes you wonder, what happened? Like all of those hieroglyphics that have the deal that looks like some kind of space helmet on a guy with tubes coming off of it, and all the drawings on those caves and stuff like that. It just blows me away. We went on a road trip one time, and we stopped off in New Mexico, and we stopped off and saw I don't know, whatever that big meteor thing, whatever it was. But anyway, all through there, we would stop at these different places, and we'd gone on, a bunch of us had taken our classic cars out, and we went on a road trip to Vegas. But we stopped at all these places, and I saw all these drawings that were it just blew me away, the stuff that they were drawing.
Yeah, you're exactly right. It's so check this out. I got to tell you this. I have an iPad. I don't have a computer. I just use my iPad.
Right.
And I'm trying to think, okay, I want to do some video recording. So I went into Best Buy today, and I wanted to see these. I've never looked at a drone before. I've heard of these drones. I know you can attach cameras to drones. So I went in there, and they showed me this package deal where I could buy a drone that you can attach the camera to, and it has this thing that you can buy as an additional attachment so that it doesn't jump around. In other words, it keeps it stable. So as you're recording, anyway, it has 1 mile capabilities. It's got like a 30-minute battery life, but you've got these caves, and you've got these areas out in the desert that people can't walk out to. But so what I'm going to do is I'm going to buy this thing. It was an $1,100 package. I'm going to buy this thing. I'm going to go out to Arizona. We're going to unleash this thing, and we're going to record what we can film with this drone and the camera, it goes right to the iPad. I could literally have it directly sent to my iPad. And there's shit out there that you can't walk up to. You know what I'm saying? So I'm doing some research. It's going to be interesting.
Why don't you check into a commercial drone? I realize that they're going to be a lot higher, but maybe you could get into the low end of a commercial drone, and you could have more than a mile and more than 30 minutes of battery time.
Well, that's a good suggestion. I mean, do you have any clue what those cost?
No, I honestly don't. I'm just sure that as soon as somebody expresses interest in that, like everything we do here in the States, and all of a sudden, it becomes worth tons of money. So who knows?
Well, I met this guy in Prescott, Arizona, and he told me a story, and I haven't verified if it's true, but I don't have any reason to doubt him. But he said in 2007 that he was with a bunch of people way out in the desert in Williams, Arizona. Are you familiar with Williams, Arizona, by chance?
No.
It's a part of Arizona that's. I mean, I don't know if you've driven through Arizona, but
yeah, I've been in Arizona a lot.
Yeah,
not just when I lived
Don't say
there.
it. Don't
when I
say
was a
it.
kid.
Don't say it. Don't say you've
No,
been.
I'm not.
Don't do it. Don't either one of you do it.
What? Hold
Sonny
on now.
knows.
What are you talking about, Debbie?
Sonny knows not what to say. That he's been most.
Yeah, buddy.
Don't do it.
Hold
Don't do
on,
it.
wait a minute. Are you ready? Wait a minute.
Sonny, don't do it.
Let's do it. Let's do it.
Do it, Sonny.
Let's do it for
Fucking do
Eric.
it.
God.
Man, I've been everywhere, man.
Fuck! I knew you were going to say that.
God damn it, Debbie.
Here we go.
What?
Here we go.
No.
Here's what happens when you say that, Eric.
Yeah, you have to listen to me because it's a rule of thumb on this stupid show. Okay, so y'all need to shut up real quick.
Let him go. Who gives a fuck?
No.
We don't have much time on this planet anyway.
Here goes though. Here goes. I've been everywhere, man.
Sonny.
The man that's been everywhere.
Thank you.
Hank Snow.
Along the dusty Winnemucca Road, when along came a semi with a high canvas overload. If you're going to Winnemucca, man, you and me, you can ride.
So I climbed into the cab
and I gave him a side.
He asked me if I'd seen a road
with so much dust and sand. I said, give me the mic.
But I've traveled every road.
Here's where Sonny's been. I've been everywhere, man. I've been everywhere, man. Sonny's been everywhere, man. He's breathed the mountain air, man. I've had my share, man.
I've been everywhere.
Where have you been, Sonny? He's been to Reno, Chicago, Fargo, Minnesota, Buffalo, Toronto, Winslow, Sarasota, Wichita, Tulsa, Ottawa, Oklahoma, Tampa, Panama, Mattawa, Oklahoma, Beirut, Matador, Amateur,
I've been everywhere, man. I've been everywhere, man.
Can you hear my fingers snapping?
I hear him.
And Sonny's always been up a chord, up an octave. He's been to Boston, Dayton, Louisiana, Washington, Houston, Kingston, Texarkana, Monterey, Faraday, San Jose, Tallahassee, Glen Rock, Black Rock, Little Rock, Okaloosa, Tennessee, Chippewa, Spirit Lake, Grand Lake, Double Lake, Cradle Lake, Beach.
I've been everywhere, man. I've been everywhere.
Blaine, I'm sorry.
There you go.
Don't
You know what?
say it
The bottom line is, Sonny's got a bucket list, and I got the feeling, I got a fever. The cowbell. I got a fever that you've been fulfilling your bucket list for quite a while now, and you're probably. I respect that though.
You said you have one.
I got a bucket list. I'm working on it right now. I'm in the process.
Foo-foo, what's Mommy's bucket list on Mommy's bucket list? Number one. That's right, for Daddy to come and
I
get
want to know.
us.
Yeah, let's hear Debbie's bucket list. Is Victor sleeping, by the way? Is he listening?
I don't
to the
care.
show?
He knows. Victor laughs every time I say it. And I try to get Sonny to come pick up me and Foo-foo, and he won't do it.
I tell you, I'll be right there.
No, you won't.
All right, here's the plan, Sonny. Here's the plan. Me and you, Sonny, will abduct Debbie.
No.
Wherever the fuck she wants to go. Wherever the fuck she wants to
I
go.
want everybody to know. Bad connection. Bad connection. I didn't hear you, man.
Sonny's former CIA. He's a CIA operative. He's my
bad
handler.
Connection.
He's my handler. No, I'm joking.
Yeah, that's right.
Oh, MK Ultra handler. I had no clue, Debbie. I had no clue.
Yeah. Oh man.
Sonny, what was
All right,
that?
well,
Sonny,
can he
remember
tell
the
a
night?
story, Debbie?
Sonny,
Come on,
remember the night?
goddamn it, let him tell a story.
You need to shut up right now, real quick, Eric. Now hold on just a minute, Sonny. Do you remember the night that I said revolution? No, I was joking with you. I said revolution. You go, don't say that word.
Yeah.
Sonny knows the algorithms. Okay, go ahead.
Yeah.
Let Sonny tell a story because I have a feeling he's got some stories to tell.
No, it just that I even though I guess I just don't give the UFO thing a lot of credence, even though I think I've probably seen a few things that I don't know. I know that everybody that used to, way back when I saw this thing, if you went and told somebody that you saw a fucking UFO, you were that guy. You were the guy that's that fucking crazy guy. That motherfucker.
Yeah, exactly. You got labeled right away. Yeah.
That's right. That's right.
Well, the beautiful thing about 2017, fast forwarding, of course, 50 years or whatever. I mean, nowadays, it's okay. You could say whatever you want, and if people think you're crazy, who gives a fuck? You know what I'm saying?
Well, I don't really care. I used to have to care because I worked for the feds for so many years. And I used to, you used to have to worry about that because you get labeled as something like that, your career's gone like really quick. That's why you don't
get
hear
a pension.
I'm sorry.
You still get a pension, or still get government money from your?
Yeah,
career?
I left. Well, I'm not worried about that. I mean, I am worried about that. Of course, I don't want to give that money up.
Sonny is very rich on his own. He's going to come get me in Fufu. So,
Debbie, you're so funny. Debbie's got like 10 guys lined up to come and get her. She's like got her pick of the litter.
No, I want to live. And Sonny's going to.
I'm teasing.
Sonny's going to drive me to Nova Scotia. No, I'm joking. Go ahead, Sonny.
But I tell you where you would like to go as a UFO, a guy interested in UFOs. Go down to Central America, man. There's a lot of stuff down there that you would be interested in.
What part of Central America are we talking about?
Well, when I went to, I go to Costa Rica a lot.
Costa Rica.
Okay.
And I hang out in a place off the Nazara Peninsula, which is up in the northwest corner of Costa Rica. It's just a great place. And I go there a lot. Anyway, they were telling me that there's some caves somewhere in kind of in the heart of Costa Rica that have all kinds of hieroglyphics that are being studied and all of that sort of stuff. So I don't know. But it has something to do with UFOs.
Okay, when you say you go there a lot.
I go there a lot.
I'm on my bucket list right now. I can afford to get on a plane and meet you. I mean, so I'm just saying hypothetically.
Okay.
Are you receptive to the idea? Next time you're going to go there, we can even meet in advance. I mean, I bought a drone today for $1,100. A drone with a camera. It's called a GoPro. It has a mile capabilities. I want to be able to film this stuff. I want to be able to take the drone out, let it go.
Well, I think you might have trouble.
Wait a minute. It has a mile capabilities. What?
Yes, it's $1,100.
I've got a drone. Wait a minute. I've got a drone with a camera on it, and they said, you better get rid of that thing. That thing's against the law. Aren't they against the law in this country, Sonny?
Not in California.
Really? Wow.
Yeah. I got some mountains that I've seen, some caves that nobody has ever been to, but I know that they're caves. I could see them. I mean, they're not natural formations. These are freaking caves way up. I could see them. So I want to get this drone, and I want to send it up there and film. It'll send the film right directly to my iPad, and I can record it. So whatever that drone goes up a mile, I don't even need to go it up a mile. Is like,
have y'all heard about the new drones that are supposedly going to replace boots on the ground army? The drone armies. Have y'all heard of the drone swarms? No, you haven't.
No, I've heard it's a reality. It's going to happen.
No,
probably in the next 20 to 40 years for sure.
No, it's happening right now. They have drones.
Yeah, but it'll be all over the place in 20 years.
Don't say those words.
I'm sorry.
Good. It's called a drone army. Have y'all seen the technology where they all fly in unison and stuff? It's amazing. I'm going to look that video up while y'all talk.
They have guns. I saw a video where a guy attached a machine gun type weapon to a drone, and you could literally fly that thing around and just start machining people with it. Seriously, it's there right now.
Have you heard about the gigantic drone that Russia supposedly has right now? It's like what the fuck? But I don't
in the future, the wars that we have now are obsolete. I mean, it's going to be drone wars. I mean, possibly in our lifetime, but for sure in the next 100 years, we will have drone wars. What do you think, Sonny? We lose Sonny?
Sonny?
Oh, sorry, I was muted.
You were smoking marijuana. I know you. Go ahead.
Yes, I was.
It's all good, Sonny. Sonny, what
anyway,
state are you in? Can I ask? I'm curious.
I'm in Dallas.
He's right here with me. He's right here with me. Simmer down, simmer.
Okay, so we can have a party. I can come to Dallas, all expenses paid. I'll take you guys both out to dinner. You can order whatever you want, and we're gonna have a little get together. Are you guys down for that?
Yes, I want to go. Me. Take me.
Okay. Yeah. All right, Sonny, we're gonna connect that. We'll put it together, and then you can invite. If you got some other friends you want to invite, we'll have a little get together.
No only me. He doesn't have any other friends.
No.
All right, Sonny and Debbie and me. And what about Victor? Is he invited too?
No, don't say that. He'll have to work or something. I'm sure.
Well, Vic can come if he wants.
Vic can come, yeah.
No, only me.
That's not like we're gonna do anything stupid.
Only
We're just gonna hang out.
Only
Talking
me.
about cyber warfare and how advanced we are.
We should do a.
Never mind.
We should do a live show when that day when that occurs. We'll do a live show.
But you know what?
From Dallas.
If they do that, if they have these drone armies, and I can buy that, because you see, war has to equate to huge military contracts. And these drones are going to be, I'm certain, highly sophisticated. So this makes up the military contract that they need. And if they are going to replace some of the boots on the grounds with this, I can see that happening, because war is all about money. It's not about winning or losing or anything. We've already proved it's not about winning or losing. We walk out of places like Vietnam.
It's about the military industrialized complex.
That's right. And it's all about the goddamn contract and the war contract.
I was right. And y'all were stupid and wrong. I'm sorry.
I really... If we're going to fight a war, I would rather fight a war like that as opposed to sending a bunch of these kids to war.
Bingo.
Because, you see, in the United States, we've decided as a public that as long as we've got a fucking job, we don't give a fuck how many kids we kill in war.
Damn right, because we're America.
That's right.
Y'all watch your Skype.
Exactly
I'm going to show y'all a video that I'm going to show you. It's 1 minute and 26 seconds long. Can y'all see your Skypes?
All right, hold on. Let me get my reading glasses. Hold on.
Oh, my God. We're so old.
Okay, go ahead.
This is a swarm of the new nano quadrotors. Check this out. Huh?
We developed a nano quadrotor capable of agile flight.
Stay with it.
No shit.
Trust me, stay with it.
Holy shit.
The fuck was that? Are you
Multiple
serious?
Vehicles can fly as a formation.
Watch this.
No kidding.
Just watch. Keep watching.
Good Lord.
Okay, that's pretty impressive. That's about a $50,000 array of drone activity right there you're looking at.
Yeah.
The team can also navigate in environments with obstacles.
Oh my God. Look at that shit.
Sonny.
Oh my God.
Come on, son. You didn't know that was already happening?
Well, no, I had the idea, but I just never seen it, how accurate it was. And that just blows. Do you realize you could take just, I don't know, 10 of those and take out like a platoon of people?
Okay,
Just,
you want to go even deeper? Let's go deeper in the rabbit hole. We're talking about drones right now.
Mm-hmm.
Do you realize that right now that human beings are being cloned illegally?
Oh, now you're going way too far for me. But go ahead. I'm gonna listen.
No. I have no evidence of this. I only have research.
Okay.
I mean, it's far-fetched. See, Debbie just put evidence out there, but okay. So you're familiar with the MK Ultra mind control program? I'm guessing.
A little bit. I know a little. I've read a little bit about it.
Yeah. I mean, the bottom. I'll just give you the quick version. When World War II ended and the Nazi scientists came over and Werner von Braun and those guys, they also brought over their mind control technology is really what it is. It's a and what the rumor is that it was shared with them in the 20s and 30s from some sort of extraterrestrial occult type whatever.
Right.
Beings, entities, whatever they were, it didn't come from humans. Let's put it that way. So the bottom line is that I mean, we're talking. The rumor is that anything we see in the sky right now, anything that we see in the news right now, there's technology 50, 100 years and beyond more advanced that actually exists that we are just not privy to.
Right. No,
do you know anything about that?
Well, I do know that there's a lot of things that the government has that are way more advanced than what we even realize. There's a lot of stuff out there. Even when I was in federal law enforcement, and I worked a lot of undercover and a lot of long, lengthy cases, and there was technology available to us in the field in the 80s and 90s that we're just now hearing about, but it was available to us. Some of that stuff, not a whole bunch of that stuff, but a lot of that, or some of that stuff was available to us, and it's just amazing to me at how advanced that the weaponry and things are. I don't think anybody even realizes how powerful our military is.
No, you're exactly right. I watched this video. This guy that's, let's pretend for a second that you were a researcher and you're like 40 years old, and you had the ability to go anywhere in the world, and you had all the connections, and you can research and investigate this stuff. Well, this particular guy.
Eric, you're cutting out.
Go ahead.
Be still or move around or something. You're cutting out, sweetie.
You're breaking up pretty bad. Yeah, you were breaking up. Yeah.
All right, hold on a second. Hold on.
No, you're good now.
Let me take it off the speaker if I can. Trying to get it off the. I'm on the speaker. Is it clear now? Am I clear?
Yeah, you're clear now.
Okay. The bottom line is this: is that keep in mind. Okay, just so you kind of know me a little bit, Sonny. I kind of got lucky about 15 years ago. And Debbie doesn't know this story. I haven't told anybody actually. Kurt.
Well, listen.
People. Okay,
wait a minute. Don't tell anything that you don't want people getting into.
Right. I'm going to be very kind of a clue. Okay, I was living in an area. I was in a car. Let's put it this way. I was riding my bicycle one day in 2000, the year 2000, more or less. And a girl, 17-year-old girl who had just got her driver's license, who was not paying attention, ran my ass over. She didn't run me over. She hit me when I was riding on my bicycle, and I flipped over the top of her car. And literally, like, if you can imagine somehow jumping over a car and landing on your head, what that would feel like. That's what happened to me.
Wow.
So my head hit the street, and I'm not going to say it was a near-death experience, but after that event, my life changed. It was pretty trippy.
Right.
But anyway, the bottom line is that I'm not really sure. I probably shouldn't talk about this.
Yeah, I think you shouldn't. Yeah.
Maybe I'll tell you sometime in private.
Sonny,
that's
Sonny,
for sure.
damn it, Sonny's a Uncle Buzzkill today.
What?
What?
Well, I don't want him to have a problem he doesn't need.
Can we just guess what happened? Were you taken into a space? Were you an abductee? You were, weren't you?
No, I wasn't abducted,
Oh,
but
okay, sorry.
it changed my life. It was kind of weird. Some
Most
people go through these experiences.
Most
that were there.
near-death experiences will change people's lives. It changed.
It did change my life. I didn't understand it for about a year. Everything was surreal to me. I knew I was existing and I was living and I was functioning on this planet Earth, but I felt like I was living in a movie. It was really weird. I didn't talk to anybody about
It's
this.
called depersonalization. I went through it too.
I've never heard that.
I went through it too. When you go through, after my little brother got killed, your mind basically shuts off because the reality is so hard for you to accept. Your mind, your conscious mind, the when they used to, what?
Tell them about Oro, who got hit by lightning twice.
Yeah, Oro Shondo got hit
hit
by lightning twice. My good friend that I've met in person 3 times. I met over the podcast. But anyway, it's called depersonalization. And it's really, you did it for 2 years. I did it for like 2 days. All of a sudden.
Well, no, it was about a year. But 8 months.
I get it more than you guys may realize. I totally get where you're going right now.
Yeah, I'm sure you do.
It says depersonalization can consist of a detachment within the self regarding one's mind or body, being a detached observer of oneself. Subjects feel they have changed and the world has become vague, dreamlike, less real, or lacking in significance. It can be a very disturbing experience. There you go.
It was very disturbing and I felt like I was a victim because I was in my ego. My ego was telling me I was a victim because I was a victim in that sense. But what came out of it took a long time. And I felt like I almost died. But somehow there was something within my will that made me want to live. And so I did what I had to do to get through that. And then once I got through it, my life changed, and it became unreal. It was beautiful. I mean, everything that I was experiencing was so positive and so propelling me. I don't know how to word it exactly, but the bottom line was, very lucky. I feel like I've experienced something that actually helped me, and so my life right now, it's a good life. And I don't say that in a bragging way. I just feel
I get that.
No. You know what I'm saying? I know that we're in a world, in a society that's pretty fucked up, but I'm not going to trip on that. I'm going to go ahead and be positive. I'm going to have a good attitude. I'm going to try to do what I can to help people. That's all I care about.
That's cool. I get it though. I get it more than you may realize.
Right on.
But I do understand that, and I do know what Debbie was talking about depersonalization. I get all of that. I mean, when you can look back or try to look back at your life, and it's like somebody else lived it, and you have certain memories, but you don't have the memories that I think you should have sometimes, if that makes sense.
It is complex.
Yeah.
It's not something you can explain it to people and they can understand it intellectually, but like a lot of experiences, unless you actually feel it and you go through it, you don't totally get it. You know what I'm saying?
No. Yeah, no, I get it. I really do get it though.
Yeah, I'm sure you do. And Debbie probably does too. There's a lot of people that get it. It's just there are probably 90% of our population does not get it though.
Right.
It's sad.
Right.
That's the sad part right there.
No, I get it. I truly understand. But as far as these UFOs, like I said, I'm not sure, because one minute I think, well, there could be something to that, but then again, I don't know. I
want to ask you one question, Sonny. Having been in the military, me and you both, of course.
Yeah.
No.
Yeah.
How many bases are there around the United States? What?
Underground or above
No.
ground?
No. How many bases are there, Sonny? Just hundreds?
I have
Be
no
still,
idea.
Eric, you're
It's
making too much
hundreds of them.
noise. Okay, there's probably hundreds of them. How many of them do you know that will shoot you if you get within 100 yards of it? Will kill you. You're in the kill zone, they call it, the kill zone.
Area 51 for sure.
Well, that's
right.
that's the only one, and that's the one that I mean, just because you work at Area 51, yes, you are more educated than we are, but as far as basic people go, you're not any more intelligent. It's more, just for common sense wise. Common sense tells me, just like it tells everybody, they're hiding something in there that they don't want anybody to see.
Right.
Oh, they absolutely are.
And it's not it's not a weapon of mass destruction, or it's not some new drone that's going to kill all the people in North Korea, or it's not this or not that. It's something that they don't want us to see.
Well, and I agree. I think there's a lot of stuff, again, that they don't want us to see. It's just like when I was in Vegas one time. Even though I said I don't buy into this, I actually went to Vegas to see if I could find out. This is 150 years ago. To see if I could find out if it was really true. They still had planes leaving for this Area 51. A lot of people lived there.
Right, exactly. Unmarked.
And you know what? It absolutely is true.
Absolutely, it's true.
Yeah, I saw it. I saw it with my own eyes. So
okay, I got to Sonny, I got to tell you a story. You probably don't know this.
Mm-hmm.
I co-host a radio show with this guy, Reverend John Polk. He's a metaphysical reverend, but he lives in Florida. It's called Quantum Hologram Matrix. We had this guy on our show a few weeks ago called David Adair. Have you heard of David Adair?
If you play it, I will end the call.
What's that?
Don't.
Why do I know that name?
I thought I'd heard it too. Remember, I said that, but don't play the clip. Promise me you won't play the clip.
I won't play any clips. You can do what you want.
Okay.
I'll just tell you I'm going to tell you the super short Reader's Digest. This guy in hold on a second here. 1964, let's say approximately 65. He was 11 years old. For whatever reason, he was able to build rockets, and he was able to create what is known as fusion technology. He was able to contain the fusion technology to propel these rockets. And at that time, in the 60s, the government did not understand or was not using this technology. So he was winning awards for his supernatural abilities to create these rockets at 11, 12 years old. So at 17 years of age, he created this rocket that was 10 feet tall. And somehow, and he was in Ohio, that the government, the Navy in this particular case, Curtis LeMay, Dr. Rudolph, got wind of this guy, David Adair, and they technically they kidnapped him. But
Eric, let me ask something real quick about that, if you don't mind.
Go ahead.
Did they do a documentary on this?
It's all over YouTube. I mean, what I'm telling you
I've seen some of the things you're talking about.
Yeah, it's all over.
But
YouTube.
I don't know. I didn't realize I had watched anything like that. So.
Well, here's what's cool. I met this guy about a month ago in San Francisco. He came out to this. It's called the UFO conference, and he was there as a speaker. He hasn't spoke for many years because he was married. It's a long story, but the bottom line was at age 17, they took him out to Area 51, and he went to. And I know it's going to sound crazy, but when you start to vet this, you'll know it's not crazy. But they actually took him to an underground facility in Area 51, where he observed a symbiotic craft. It was not from this world, and you can hear the show. If you ever want to listen to our show on Quantum Hologram Matrix, you can go on Spreaker and you can hear David Adair. It's about a 2-hour interview. It's got like 2,000 listens already, and it's only been 2 weeks, so it's pretty interesting. But the bottom line is that he interacted with this craft. He knew he knew how the craft was. He understood the type of energy system that the craft was using. This is at 17 years of age. Then at 18, as soon as he turned 18, the Navy came and basically snatched him and put him in a secret program. He was officially with the Navy for 11 years. He gets a pension to this day. He's on.
See, I know about this. For whatever reason, I know about this. This is crazy.
Yeah, it's awesome. The guy's amazing. He lives in North Carolina. I don't know how much money he has, but he owns like a mountain up there in North Carolina. He's got like we'll call it a compound, a nice big house up on the mountain, protected. He's got protection. But his particular clearance is such that he is not allowed to ever, there is no 20, 30, 50 year, he has lifetime non-disclosure agreement with the government. The knowledge that he has is not, if he were ever to share it with anybody.
How did he talk on your show?
You got to go listen to the show.
I know, but how did
he talk? I mean, he told the story. He told about.
But if he's under a lifetime, Yeah,
he's under a lifetime ban. I mean, in other words, here's what's cool. The guy is so down to earth. He's so human. I've got his phone number. I called him up the other day and spoke to him for about an hour. But he is totally. He will never disclose what happened in that.
So I think that's what Debbie was asking, though. How was he able to do that on y'all's show? How was he able to be interviewed?
Okay, so that's a good question, and this is exactly his answer. At 17 years of age, he was not yet an adult. You don't become legally an adult in this particular situation.
Oh, I got you.
So they literally kidnapped him. I mean, they took him illegally, but his parents did not object, so there was never an issue about that.
He wasn't old enough to enter into an agreement of that type, right?
Exactly.
Right.
Good one.
And that's why when he turned 18, they knew that he knew this information. And it wasn't too far from 17 to 18. They came and grabbed him at his high school graduation. They literally came and grabbed him, and they took him for 11 years. He was gone, and he was working on these secret projects. And I don't have the knowledge or the information to what he worked on, but he is writing. He's doing some writing. He's doing some. It's going to be. I'll keep you guys posted. There's some very, very, very telling and interesting stuff that's going to come out in the next year, though. I can tell you that much.
But how long ago was he involved in all of that?
This was 1971. He went to Area 50. He went to Area 51 in 1971, way before Bob Lazar even talked about it.
And he was how old then?
He was 17 years of age.
That is crazy.
Yeah. So here's what's interesting in the interview we did with him. Here's the question he asked.
Sonny's looking him up on the NCIC computer.
Go ahead, Deborah.
I said Sonny's running him on the NCIC.
No.
He's got login privileges.
This guy's the real deal. He is. He's no fraud or no make believe, no wacko. He is the real deal. But the bottom line is that what he saw, it had to have been there many, many, many years before 1971. So I mean, if you're trying to trace the history of UFOs, for example, or visitations, I mean, it definitely goes way back. And the question he asked these people that when he was 17 is, was this here when you guys found it, or did you bring it here? Because this underground base is so massive, and it's the technology used to build this base and the lighting system that he describes is so beyond our comprehension that it had to have been there many, many years before 1971. The only question we don't know the answer to is, Was it created by an extraterrestrial technology, or was it created by man who was given the abilities or the knowledge via the extraterrestrials to create this particular underground base? It's that part we don't know. But 71, that tells you a lot. We're talking 1971.
Yeah.
It's pretty heavy shit. But I'm not making none of this is made up. This is all, you can go on YouTube. You can research this guy, David Adair.
I don't know why I know this guy's name and I know his story, and I'm baffled right now as to why I don't know why I know this. Unless the weed right now is just that good.
That's probably a combination of the two.
Yeah, might be, huh?
Well, we'll talk again. I have here's what's interesting is I've got an iPad, so if somebody calls me on the telephone that I want to record the conversation, I won't play it for people. I won't just play it for anybody, but I'll just turn on my iPad, record, and I'll put the phone next to it, and I'll talk to somebody for an hour or two. But after the conversation, I'll let them know that, I recorded the conversation. Can I share this with anybody, or do you want me to keep this private? If they say no, that I don't want you to share that, then that's what I'll do. If they say, you can share that, that's okay. But I mean, that's how you got to do things. You know what I'm saying? You can't just start babbling about stuff without people's permission.
No, I know.
That's what,
exactly.
So I respect that. I'm totally, I'll tell people stories, but I won't give them details unless I'm given permission to do so. But I want to tell, trust me. I don't think I don't want to tell. But, I don't want to become a target at some point either. You know what I'm talking about.
Yeah, I do.
Yeah, I don't. I told this guy, actually, this guy called me that 2 days ago that I met another guy I met in San Francisco. His name's John D'Souza. He worked for the FBI for 20 years, and he just wrote a book called The Extra Dimensionals. And anyway, he wants to do like a television series about this whole thing. And he asked me to be a part of it. And I told him, I said, I'll give you information that I know, but I don't want to be my face. I don't want my face on television. I don't want my name out there. I want to keep a low profile. I don't want to be out there in the public. I don't want to become a target.
Dude, I'm off the grid. Should I go on the grid for that? Sonny, what if I get that job and I have to go back on the grid? What's going to happen?
I don't know. You're just going to have to make money as quick as you can and then turn the switch off again, right?
Exactly. Yeah, exactly what I was thinking.
Yeah.
You're going to have to make a cash deal with the owner.
No.
That's right.
Hey, that's not a bad idea. Or I could launder it through my mother-in-law like I said last night.
What you might need to do is you might need to start a corporation and have them pay your corporation, and then have your mother-in-law be in charge of the corporation.
Good one.
It might cost you a little money.
Hello?
Shut up, Sonny.
Hello? Prank call.
Good one.
Oh, I'm divulging information I shouldn't be on the radio. My bad.
Yeah. Prank call.
And you think that we don't think you work for the IRS, you piece of shit, Eric.
Trust me. I hate the IRS more than you do. Believe me, one day, Debbie, I'll tell you a story privately.
Doesn't mean you don't work for them just because you hate them. No, I'm joking. I'm sorry. I'm joking.
Wait, there's a great story behind all that, but I cannot and I will not ever discuss it on.
Now,
on
why do they call you Eric? Are you going TT potty?
I am. Hold on. Yes. Okay. Is that better?
Oh shit.
Oh my God. You just went TT on the air. And the other night,
entertainment for the listeners.
The other night he farted on the air, just as loud as can be. He went.
That was a month ago. That was like a month ago. Oh, Debbie, don't try to say you've never farted. Come on now.
On air?
It was an accident. Air escaped on air. It's just the way it goes sometimes. So it's not like intentionally planned.
Yeah, well, I don't know. It's weird.
Hey, you know what, Debbie?
Are you still going potty now? Wait a minute.
Jesus Christ, you are going like a goddamn racehorse. Gee, money, Christmas. Fuck.
All right, hold on. I'll put the phone outside there. I'm doing it for you guys. It's only to make you laugh. It's all just for
oh my God, that's funny. Stop it!
You know what it is?
Oh
It's the water. It's the water running.
No, that's not the
I'm
water
all good.
running.
I'm done now.
Yeah, well.
Anyway.
We're going to give him 1 minute to get his teething over with. Go ahead and wash your hands. Please
No, it's
tell
all
me.
good. I'm good.
Please tell me you wash your hands.
I just pulled my pants down. I didn't even touch it. I just let it just go.
Oh
you
my
know what I mean?
God.
I never even touched
my
it.
God. Stop.
Bud Light presents Real Men of Genius.
Real men of genius.
Today we salute you, Mr. Pro Sports Heckler Guy.
Mr. Pro Sports Heckler Guy.
They say those who can't play, coach. Apparently those who can't coach sit 30 rows back, shirtless, shouting obscenities.
Oh, that's right, motherfucker.
Thanks to you, our team is armed with game-winning tips like catch the ball and throw it.
Shout it out now.
You stink. That sucks. What a bunch of losers. Not just catcalls, but subtle psychological ploys to prod your team to victory.
Reverse psychology.
So here's to you, old sultan of shouting, because while there may be no I in team, thanks to you, there's always an F and a U. Bud Light Beer, Anheuser-Busch, St. Louis, Missouri.
Back in those days, you couldn't get out without the queen bee. And the queen bee was black, and she hated everyone white. So all the whites had to stay on one side, and the black bees on the other.
Debbie, even his bees are racist.
Bees?
That's right. I just realized that. Now,
I heard.
I'm thinking.
Now I'm thinking.
And I'm back. We're back with the
Beautiful.
the Real Men of Genius. So I hope you got.
So this is. I got to talk. Let's talk about this Discord thing because I'm not okay. Let me put my 2 cents in. So we have the Spreaker chat, and then we have this Discord chat, which is fine. But you've got this group, which I have no idea who's in there now. But there's obviously a group in this Discord chat, and now there's less people in Spreaker chat. So there's a lot of people talking shit that I can't see what they're saying. It's a little bit annoying.
We can fix that just real quick.
Yeah, let's fix that shit. Help me out.
We can fix that real quick. We'll take
Apocalypse doesn't like me anymore. I was trying. He's like pissed off at me that I'm peeing in the toilet. He's all getting angry about it.
Why does he not like you anymore? Just watch your
I
side.
don't know.
We'll go
he
over there
thought
right
I was
now.
a good guy, and now he realizes.
What are y'all
I'm
saying
just
over there in the
everybody
chat
else.
room?
No, I could see him right now. He's saying, "Emergency, Eric is gross ass." He says, "I'm a gross fucker because I'm peeing in the toilet. I need to learn some civilization and manners. I'm disgusting. I don't have any morals." Anyway, that's kind of where.
Wait a minute. David Adair was on Coast to Coast.
Oh yeah, definitely.
I did not know that. Stabby posted a link in the chat room. Darren said, took to Area 51 because of his fusion rocket he made in the 70s. Listen to one of his interviews. Bill Wagner had Coast to Coast interview. Yeah, it's true. Yeah, I was just looking in the chat room what they were talking about. Is that another Art Bell goof? Sounds familiar. Yes, he is. David Adair, the real deal, I think. He may be the real deal. What? Who's posting?
He is the real deal. His blood type is... okay, he's got... This is going to sound trippy. He's got 3 kidneys. He's got...
what?
Dual blood types. Yeah, I know. This guy is not...
you just lost me.
You just lost me on that.
I know,
yeah.
I know.
Damn,
he's not
you were doing so good,
human.
too.
Let's put it that way. All right, let's imagine this. What 11-year-old can figure out how to build a frickin' rocket with using technology that nobody else is?
Oh, I agree there's something weird, but it just seems strange, all of this. Wait a minute, or am I the only one here?
You're here. I'm here.
Eric's gone.
I knew it. Well, we're still online. Area 51
But
got him.
They may have come and got him.
I don't know.
Gee, many Christmas.
I hope he's okay.
I know I've heard of this David Adair somewhere, and I knew that story that he was telling, and I don't know why. Spooky stuff.
Maybe you arrested him one time.
Jesus Christ. I hope not.
My battery died. Eric, you mullet, you idiot. What? Now you're going to leave us sitting here guessing at what's going on. I have 4 plays, and now because of me, I have 5. You better hit play in the chat room. Mr. White, did you hit play? I mean, hit like or die. That's my motto. Hit like or die. Hit like or die. So we've racked up the listeners tonight. Oh, you're going to call back in, but you're yes. Hold on.
Was Eric ever there?
Yeah, that's a good question.
Good one, Victor. Was Eric ever really there? I don't know.
Yeah.
Anyway, he's laughing because I'm always mean to him. You know what? I think all of this stuff is starting to come true. All of this weird stuff that all of you idiots never believed in before. Not you, Sonny. You're exempt from any idiot calling. But have you seen the video of the new Russian unmanned gun and missile copter container system combat simulator?
No, ma'am, I have not. But I was just wondering if you were gonna offer something like that tonight.
Well, I got this far. It's not good. It's not good. I'll tell you that because they get this thing out. I know it's horrible. They get this thing out. What did I hit? Stop. What did I do? Wait a minute. Yeah. So we have these guys that have this. No, these are the ground combat vehicles. You know, I guess this is real. It's got a little smiley face. I guess this is really a good thing, Sonny. It'll keep men alive.
Yeah, no, that's what I'm saying. Yeah, if we can keep the kids from getting killed, I'm all.
Yeah, it's really, look at this son of a bitch, though, when they unveil it, look. But what I know, it's pretty scary. But it's a simulator. It's a simulation of what I guess their capacity they can do.
Right.
Whoever invented a drone needs to be shot. Although, I don't know, this is really high tech. But aren't the Russians a lot smarter than us?
No, I honestly don't think so. And you know, they can say what they want. Vladimir Putin, I just don't think they've got the money to compete with anybody.
He does.
Well, he's got his own, but he's not going to give up his
look
little
at the bullets. Look at the
$80 billion.
Sonny, look at the ammo they're loading into this thing. Look at those bullets. Look. They're
nice.
They're great big hollow points, whatever that means.
Now that's what I call going to the range.
Now they make sure it all works. And then it flies over and prepares to disassemble our army, which I think is bullshit because our stealths would have taken off the minute they hit those fighter jets.
I would think so.
This is all the United States over here, and they're like, do. And this thing flies over and just eliminates the entire, force, which is ridiculous. It would never do that, but... And they drive it in on an 18-wheeler, and they get the fuck out of there. Can you imagine seeing that thing flying over where you're working over there?
No. And this is pretty realistic looking.
Okay, at this point, those stealths would have gotten airborne, and they don't. They end up blowing the whole thing away. So that's the only thing that got to me was they continued blowing up this and blowing up that, and they blow up that, and they blow up the stealths. I thought, nah, those stealths would have been in the air. But I understand. I do believe that we're going to get to this sooner or later. We'll be playing like battle. You sunk my battle, or not that, but we'll be playing like. Those drones, what they reminded me of when I was watching this last night? Do you remember the old game called Galaga? Do you remember Galaga?
Yeah, I do remember.
Excuse me. I'm so sorry. Galaga, and then there was the other, it looks like...
Now that I see that picture, I do remember that.
It reminds me of Galaga.
Right.
You know what I'm saying?
Yep.
And it's futuristic. Stop with the beeping noises over there before I get mad. You don't want me to get mad. I need some Windex. I just realized the baby put his fingerprints all over my mirror today, and I'm like going, look. But so is Eric gone forever?
I don't know. I thought he said he was going to call back in.
I don't know, Eric. Are you going to call back in? New World Order. Oh, he's just playing chat room Eric now. Is that really Eric?
I don't know.
There's some Eric. Eric should be proud. He's already got some clones of him out there, some sock accounts out there. Eric's clone. Let me see if that's him. No, that's not him. Wait, yes it is. Following. Oh, I'm following him, so it must be Eric. Yeah. There you go. So nobody's going to talk anymore?
No, you were just wondering if he was gone or going to come in or if that was his deal, and I was just listening.
I've been to Spain. Do-do-do. But I kind of like the music. Eric socks himself, says Apocalypse. You know Apocalypse is a pilot?
No.
Yeah, he's a real cute. I told y'all he was cute. He's got a cute boy voice. He's a pilot.
He's a real pilot?
He's a real pilot. He flies jet airplanes, and he goes on secret missions for people out of Area 51 and stuff. Shut up, Apocalypse. I'm not going to tell anything personal that you told us. Apocalypse works for the CIA, and he flies pedophiles around and stuff like that we won't tell us about.
Oh, my God.
He does. He actually flies those things.
Mm-mm. What is that other noise that
it's
keeps coming through?
It's over in the private chat room over here.
You have a chat message from Eric Johnson.
Eric Johnson.
Okay, I figured it out. My bad.
Apocalypse goes, okay. Never mind. He flies for British Airlines, that's all. Sorry.
Okay.
No, my phone, I've got this phone. It's like 3 years old, and the battery just doesn't last very long. It'll be at 20%. And I'll think I'm fine, and then suddenly 3 minutes later, it's at 2%, and I got to run over and charge it. So my bad. I'm sorry.
That means somebody's listening in on your phone lines. That's true. I can prove that. Yeah.
So yeah, Apocalypse. He knows me. He says I sock myself, which is true actually. I create my own sock.
Tell Sonny what you found out. Tell Sonny about meeting Apocalypse. Tell him.
I didn't meet Apocalypse. I haven't met Apocalypse.
Eric Johnson, you liar, pants on fire. He told you.
No. I swear to God, I've never met him.
You said you must have been drunk that night. You said you met him.
No, hold on a second.
No.
No. Okay. My bad. Okay, I haven't talked to you about this. I thought you knew, but I'll break it down. Okay, so I was fooled actually. Apocalypse tricked me. And I fell for it. I'll have to admit it. Apocalypse is not Jeff the Grey. I thought Apocalypse was Jeff the Grey because you said Apocalypse was Jeff the Grey, and based on my.
I thought Jeff the Grey was a guy named Pimp Hat. I mean, Pimp Hat. Not Pimp Hat, but.
Apocalypse did a great job that night when I called in, pretending to be Jeff the Grey, and I thought he was. So I was telling Jeff the Grey's story, and Apocalypse was acting as if, yeah.
So,
but it was bullshit. He was basically tricking me.
So that means Jeff the Grey. Jeff the Grey is a pilot, then, correct?
Exactly. That is a true story. But Apocalypse was pretending to be Jeff the Grey. That's why it was he had such vague answers that night. Remember, it wasn't really that clear and concise.
And he couldn't pass a test on a fighter on a pilot. He couldn't fight it. He could not pass a pilot. Yeah, okay.
Yeah, he was just guessing. He guessed a few right, but I'll give him that. I mean, I have no problems with Apocalypse. He's a funny guy. I don't know about his sexual orientation. I have a feeling that he has like a crush on me, but I'm not that way. I'm only interested in women. I have no interest in men. Period. You know what I'm saying? So if he's got a little crush, he just needs to move it on to somebody else. I'm not part of that.
Oh my gosh!
I know it's freaky, but if you follow the chat room,
that's kind of a passive aggressive way to call him a fag, right? I mean, that's what it sounded like to me.
No, you said it. I won't.
No, I said that's what it sounded like you were doing to me.
Okay, I won't deny what you just said, but I will not print that and put it on the Spreaker chat.
No.
You know, I don't have a problem with gay people. Seriously, if somebody, okay, I'll tell you, as long as they don't flame on me, I can care less. But if somebody's gay, and they know I'm not gay, but they're still trying to convert me, then get the fuck away from me. I don't need any of that bullshit. I'm okay, but other than that, I can care less. If they want to go have sex with another guy, that's their business. I'm not going to judge them for that. But I'm not having sex with no guys, so that's just the bottom line right there.
So what gave you the idea that he was like had a crush on you?
Because he's got his like little incognito flirting going on in the chat room. But yeah, I know I had this girlfriend once who, for whatever reason, she had a few gay boyfriends. So sometimes we'd hang out, her and I, and then of course every now and then her gay boyfriends would be around. So I know how their minds work. I know how they operate. So right. I'm not trying to throw Apocalypse under the bus. I mean,
no, I don't think you are. But you know what? I have, for some reason, and I've never ever thought anything he said made him sound gay. Apocalypse, I'm saying.
Well, he may not be gay. You know, he could just pretend. He could be pretending to be. He could be pretending. No. When you're in the chat room, you can pretend anything.
No, I agree, but I just haven't even thought of that in all this time.
Well, he wants to hug everybody. I don't know if you noticed that.
I think that's just kind of his little deal of everybody needs a hug or whatever, and it's just he was just being. I think it started off being and has still continued to be kind of funny.
Okay, yeah. What about the fact that when he comes up to Stabby, he goes, "Hug from behind." I'm like, what does that mean? What does that mean? Let me tell you why, Darren. Because in our mantra, which if you're just like me, then you have my same mantra, it says that we are androgynous to a certain extent. We actually possess.
Debbie, I gotta tell you.
You need to hug.
I gotta
what?
Debbie. Apocalypse says everyone needs hug. And Mr. White says, obey the hug.
He also said, reach around. He also said, reach around. Mr. White.
Reach around.
Oh, my God.
A lot of closet transsexuals in your chat room, Debbie. That's all I got to say.
Oh, my gosh.
Yeah, I don't care. Seriously. It's not like if somebody's gay, I don't really care because they're not getting in my pants, but if they want to have sex with somebody, it's not going to be me, but that's all right. You got to do what, man, whatever. They got to do what they got to do. You know, it's just not I don't swing that way. That's the bottom line. So I'm just putting it out. I don't care, though. I don't really judge people. I don't give a fuck. I really don't care. You know, whatever. I mean, if that's how they were born, I believe whatever their sexual interests are, they were born that way. I don't believe it's like all of a sudden they just decide at 18 that they want to have sex with somebody that's the same sex. It doesn't work that way. I don't think it works that way at all.
Stop talking about that kind of stuff. Shh. That's talking about bad stuff.
See, I don't know. Oh,
so Sergio LaRosa claims to be in the chat room saying, flame, rant, troll, or spam. Bad behavior towards others is not tolerated and puts you at risk of having your account suspended or terminated by Spreaker. Shut up, Jew.
What? Is that in Spreaker chat or is that in some other chat?
In the Spreaker chat. Sergio LaRosa just dropped that in there.
Oh, Sergio. Yeah, somebody's been in your chat room tonight with like 5 or 6 different
really?
sock accounts. I don't know who it is. Okay, Sergio's one. I can scroll down, but there's been several names that have popped into the chat room that I've never seen before. I mean, it's funny. I'm not going to blame Wolfman, but I love Wolfman. But he's got a creative mind.
Oh, Baptist Jesus. I know.
There's only so many people that are that creative, and Wolfman would be one of them. I'm not accusing him, but I wouldn't be. I mean, I do this sometimes just for fun. I'll create sock accounts, but I try to be obvious about it, where it's not like it doesn't take a genius to figure it out. You know. You
can tell who Eric's clone is. Where is that seeker fucker hiding? That means that's Joe Seeker.
That's funny.
Oh my God.
There you go. That's a perfect example.
Y'all just give yourself away. You're so stupid. I thought you were Baptist Jesus because I banned Baptist Jesus thinking it was the Jew, and over in the private chat room, Joe Seeker goes, "She just banned my fucking sock account." So I unbanned it.
Oh, Darren's saying Wolfman's too busy to do the sock accounts. Apocalypse says this is a judgmental free zone, fellas. Okay, Apocalypse. We won't judge you. We'll talk shit about other people. We won't talk shit about Apocalypse.
Truck stop love. That sounds like Lavinia. Or what did they call her in that thing earlier? Lavinia? Yeah, Lavinia.
Lavinia, yeah.
You know, that's one of those what do you call them? There's a limit to the number of times Jesus counts. Oh, get lost. If that's you, Sergio, you're an idiot, okay?
Who the fuck is Sergio? Okay, Okay, I'm going to do a little history. Sergio is a sock account for sure because he has only one follower, and his brand new account. He just created it just to fuck with us tonight, I'm sure. Yeah.
No,
he's following.
Joe doesn't.
Okay, hold on. Sergio is following only one account, and it is KTLK, the Fringe FM. So that's a clue. Yeah, I know how to investigate shit, Debbie. I'll tell you what's going on. Interesting, but it's all good though. They're not talking. You know what? They're just having fun. The bottom line is this, Debbie. Your show is, in my opinion, and I'm not just blowing smoke. It's the most entertaining show. A lot of people, their egos can't handle it. Well, fuck them. But then there are people out there that don't want to admit they like your show, so they come in as socks so they can have fun, but they don't want their friends to know that they like your show. So that's why they come in as socks. What do you think about that theory?
I think that's a good theory, and you're probably right.
I think so, too. What do you think, Sonny?
I think so, too. I think you're right.
Yeah. I see things, but it's all good. You know what? It's all about having a good time. Who the fuck knows how many years or time we have left on this planet? You know, we're just trying to have fun.
Don't talk like that. You and Sonny have to go to Costa Rica and look at airplanes that are...
Yeah, Costa Rica. Yeah, absolutely. Costa Rica.
Costa Rica is where one of my doctors is from. He flies in for appointments. That's how rich this son of a bitch is.
Really?
Really? Sonny goes, really? Really?
Really?
I'm sorry, Stabby. Yeah, that's right. You have... Apocalypse is the king of sock accounts. The king of sock accounts. He had 1 million of them. Jet pilot.
Oh, he's the culprit then. Okay.
I am so disappointed. I am so disappointed.
Darren says you have a good show. Yeah, obviously, Darren. We know that. Okay.
Darren and I are trying to reconcile our relationship, and we realized earlier that we're just alike, and that's probably why we didn't get along until we realized that we're just alike.
Okay, I have a confession, Debbie. Can I tell you my confession?
Yes.
I'm going to tell you something I haven't told you before, but it's all good, though.
Okay.
Okay, so I don't even remember how it happened, but 6 or 8 months ago, somehow I ran into the Wolfman show. I don't even know how I found it. It just suddenly it was on Spreaker and it was there. And so I started listening to it. And at that time, if you go back and listen to Wolfman shows from 6 or 8 months ago, they're fucking funny as shit because he was so smashed. He would be drunk and stoned. He didn't give a fuck at that time because it was all new to him. But it was funny. So that's how I met Darren, through the Wolfman show. And so the point I'm trying to make is that I heard about your show, and so I started listening to it, and I thought, well, this lady she's smart, she's intelligent. I enjoyed listening to you talk, and so I started paying attention. But then I noticed there was this little rift going on between you and a few other people. And my thinking was, you know what? This is bullshit. We need to fix this. We need to get everybody on the same page so we can all just get along. Like Rodney King said, can we all just get along? Because really that's all. We just all need to get along. So I told Darren, him, you know what? I'm going to go and I'm going to listen to this show. I'm going to go in the chat room. I'm going to see if I can help us remedy this situation where everybody can get along. The Wolfman can get along with Debbie can get along with Darren. So that was my initial intention, and it seems like it's worked out since. But in the meantime, I've actually, kind of fallen in love with your show. I mean, I'm not trying to blow smoke. I think you have the best show on the radio right now. I mean, I'm not telling you that to blow up your ego.
That's
my
what
feeling.
Joe Seeker said. Joe Seeker said the same thing. Now, not Sonny, because Sonny's mean, but Joe Seeker said that. Joe Seeker said I had the best show.
Oh, and I haven't said that you have a really good show.
Oh, now here we go, getting all sensitive. No, Sonny.
No, I'm saying
Sonny,
I didn't say that as of today.
Okay, you have to tell me stuff every day because I'm special. I'm Princess Mika. Until Jed calls me Princess. Jed calls me Princess Mika because I'm Princess Mika. No, I'm joking. Sort of.
No, there is.
Thank you
as far
very
as
much. That's
I've
very
listened
sweet.
to other shows and with females that are hosting, but there's. I mean, again, I'm not trying to blow smoke. I'm just telling you, I tell the truth the way I see it. It's not like I'm trying to gain an advantage with you in any way, but it is the best show. I'm just telling it like it fucking is. It's the best fucking show. And some dudes have a problem with that. Their egos can't handle it because some males think that, it's not possible. Fuck them. Fuck them. Fuck them. That's all I got to say. Fuck them. They can't handle it. Fuck them.
I had a guy. Hold on. Give me the mic. Give me the damn mic. Go on, Hank. Hank, go on. I had a guy call into my show one time, and he said, "Hey, Debbie, it's me from the chat room, RD." And I said, "RD?" And he said, "Yeah, FRD." And I said, "Oh, hi, what's up?" And I thought he was going to be mean to me because he had been so hateful to me. He goes, "Hey, listen, I'm calling in to talk to all of you guys in the chat room, and I want to give something to Debbie. I want to give Debbie something." And I said, "What is it?" He said, "Debbie, I've been one of the guys that hate you, all right? I've gone on the 420 Grindhouse, and I've talked so much crap about you, but I'm here to tell you the truth because I'm drunk." He said, the reason... He goes, the reason...
I'm drunk. I love
He
it.
goes, the reason... no, I could find the audio. He goes, the reason all these men hate you is because they come on here. Go on, Hank. Hank, go on. He says, Hank is right here all over me. Hank is all over me. Hank, go. That's Hank doing that. Hank, go on. Anyway, and he calls in, and if I can get this out, and he goes, Debbie, the reason these men are mean to you is they try to do this, and they flub it all. And I'm not saying this is about you guys. All I'm telling you is what he said. They flub it up, and you come on and make it look so goddamn easy. And... that's what he said. That's all. The end. Thank you. I'm sorry.
Yeah, you're a natural. Okay, that's the bottom line. You are a freaking natural, and there's men and there's women. There's a sexual aspect to it all. So you've got obviously like 99% male listeners who are sexually frustrated, who fantasize about having sex with you. And I know it sounds crazy, but I'm just telling it like I see it. And, they know they can't. That's fine. But that's what draws them in. And plus, you're very highly intelligent. You have a tremendous knowledge about history. And you're a tremendous conversationalist. And Victor is a lucky motherfucker. That's all I got to say.
Yeah, well, believe me, he gets reminded of that every hour, doesn't he, Sonny?
I just want to put it on the air.
Sonny, come back. Sonny, get him back.
Did he leave?
He went to go TT, but he mutes himself when he does it.
I should have muted. My bad.
Yeah, that was really raunchy.
Well, you know what, though? It gets listeners because you have a raunchy crowd out there.
Oh, I know, and I've grown to be what I am.
So if they hear me peeing in the toilet, that they're going to talk about that. So it's going to get more listeners for you. That's all. It's marketing. It's all marketing.
Sonny, where did you go? Don't leave me alone with this
I'm back.
person. I don't
No.
I don't know him well enough to be alone with him.
I just got set back down because I just got a cup of coffee.
No. Here's the
I have
thing.
horrible cotton mouth right now.
Stabby does know me very well. He's been listening to me a long time. And there was a time when Stabby called into my show every single night. Every single night. And it was because he listened through his phone. And I would pick him up. I would say, Stabby, I'm coming to pick you up, so unmute yourself. And I'd pick him up, and he'd chat with me. And he would talk with me about this or talk with me about that. It was a beautiful relationship that we had. Stabby does know me pretty well. But even though in his mind, I'm crazy, I'm his crazy. You know what I'm trying to say?
I
Yeah.
know exactly what you're saying.
I'm his crazy, and he gets a little bit weird when people just get a little bit too. Like I don't even know what I'm saying. Just forget.
Wolfman's in your chat room. I want the Wolfman to call. Wolfman, call us. I want to talk to you. He says you chased out the female listeners. Who the fuck cares? There's not that many
didn't
female
chase
listeners.
out most female. No,
You know what?
no.
Because you know what? The bottom line is this, Debbie. There's very few strong women out there. Strong men love strong women. Weak men are fantasize about strong women, but ultimately they can't handle strong women.
Ultimately, they all turn out to be fucking bitches. Period.
Exactly. Well, not all. Most.
Not all of them, but most of them. Like that Elizabeth girl I saw the other day. She was pretty cool. I thought I could hang out with that chick, but
yeah, she's cool.
It takes a special person to hang out with me. Believe me, it's.
She's going to be on our show on Wednesday. You ought to try to tune in about 7:00 your time or 6:00 your time.
You know.
Okay, hold on. When it's 5:00 in the West. What is it? 7 in Texas.
I don't know.
Yes, it is.
I don't know.
Okay. So I'm going to send you tweets to remind you, but 7:00 on Wednesday, which is technically it's the day after tomorrow. Almost, we're 2 minutes away here in California, but you can listen. We're going to talk. You could call in. You know what would be awesome if you can call into our show, if you feel like it. If you're not busy, because I call into your show, you can call into my show.
Yeah, but your friend doesn't like me, does he?
No. I told him.
To like
he doesn't
me?
understand. Here's the bottom line: is if he wants me to help him, then he needs to trust me. But if he's going to be going along with the cabal, then I'll just start my own show. Fuck it. I'm not about trying to play games with any play games. You know what I'm saying? The truth is the truth. If there's politics involved, then if people want to play politics, then fuck them. That's the way I look at it. Fuck them. We're on the radio. We're not playing politics. This isn't government bullshit here. This is just having a good time.
I'm lost.
Government bullshit. I love the way you bring that up. Now, I played one night when Stabby called me and he said 7 years ago, he said, I love you, Debbie. See? And it was called Proof That Stabby Loves Me. But I have no idea where it is on that show. It could be anywhere. No, I think I played it at the very beginning. I think so. Let me see. Hello?
With a question. What do you know is false?
Here it is. Shh, listen.
What do I know is false? What do I know is false?
Okay, I pick up Stabby's call because we're having a deep conversation, and this is how it went. And at the very end, he goes, I love you, Debbie. Listen. He was mumbling that. And to me, that's what it's like. Chappelle comedy on...
Just like that it's true.
And you answered the question with a question. What do you know is false?
This is me talking to Stabby McHugg 7 years ago. Listen.
Really?
Yeah, in 2010. Listen.
I'm looking forward to this.
What do I know is false? What do I know is false? That's not how it works.
That's what I said. If what you know is false, I interrupted you and I said, check this out. What do you know is false?
I don't know. I ramble sometimes. That's why I don't call in these places, because I just kind of...
He was kind of interesting, but most atheists, most learned atheists, when they say there is no God and someone says, well, prove it, they'll say it's not my job to prove a negative.
Right. It's not. You can say that about anything. You can say there's unicorns or leprechauns or fairies, and it's not my job to prove that those things don't exist. You have to prove. If you say something exists, you have to prove to me that it does exist.
No, that's not it. You will judge them and know them by their fruit. Period. You're never going to have me show
how the court
God.
system works.
I'm never going. Hang on, Stabby.
That's how reality works.
Stabby, let me get my words out. Okay. The Bible does. I can't go like this. I can't go. God, would you come down here for a second? Stabby, this is God, my friend God. This is His Son Jesus. I can't do that. I don't even know that that's going on. All I know is what I know to be true is that I compare my fruit to other people's fruit. And it's not money. It is a belief in something that I know is there, period.
Well, I know to be true that there's no evidence for anything in the Bible outside of the Bible. None of the words that are written in there are found anywhere else in history other than in the Bible.
This is getting good.
Oh,
As you
hold
can
on a
see,
second.
Me and my beloved have been fighting. Wait. That was
All
me
right, go
interrupting.
ahead.
Yeah, stay on mute. It's just me talking on the show. This is me live right now. Okay, here we go. Stay on mute. And we already know each other by this time, so I'm going to say 6 years, maybe 7 years, maybe since 2010. Because it's not like I just met this guy. I mean, you can tell I've known him for quite a while. Because I'm fussing at him, and we're fussing back and forth, and rah, 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 rah. So, let's continue. Shall we? Let's.
Okay. Betcha.
How much
if
you
you
got?
can
How
do
much you
that,
got?
you will be the greatest historian in the world. They've been trying to do that for centuries. There's no historical account of Jesus. And there's no
I'm throwing my pearls out for nothing. I need to put your money where your mouth is first. Come on, let's go. I'm a gambler. Let's go.
I absolutely will. I
how
don't
much
have
you
any
got?
money, but
All right, I'll pay you $1,000 if I. Victor, they can't hear. Why can't y'all hear me?
just
I'm screaming as loud as I can.
I hear you fine
God
now.
damn.
April of 2012. April 20th of 2012. Boy, that was a rough time in my personal life. Man, that was, whoa. That was like the bottom of the barrel is where I'm at on this. I can tell my mood. I'm wondering why my mood is so snappy, and now I know why. Are you kidding me? That was the day that Victor lost his license.
Driver's license?
All these years in his business. He got, basically, if you were an attorney, he got disbarred, so to speak. And it was not a good situation. I can tell that there's something bothering me on this show. I just know me well enough.
I hear you fine.
They're in the chat room. We can't hear you. They're probably just fucking with me. It's a troll.
I think so.
If you can't hear me, too bad. It's your stupid, cheap-ass computer.
The first written evidence for the Bible was written 50 to 70 years after Jesus died. That's the New Testament. The Old Testament was put together over several generations and rewritten by different authors to make to fit God into the current way that the Jews were thinking.
He has a point right there.
But there's no historical evidence for Jesus. Jesus wasn't even written about until at least 50 years after his. You figure that if you saw the Passion, you'd see all the Romans standing around and all of their people that take care of all the prisoners and write all. You'd figure someone would write that down and say, "Oh."
Did he just reference a Hollywood movie?
I don't know.
That's me on the show. I'm still on mute. That's me on the show.
Yo, there's this Jew that was claiming all these miracles, and let's go see these miracles. Let's go see. No, nothing like that. There was no account outside of the Bible, and the Bible's not a book is not evidence for anything. Harry Potter, just because Harry Potter exists doesn't mean that it's evidence that magic.
I'm waiting on you. I'm waiting on you to stop.
Okay, I'm done.
Okay. You're saying there's no physical evidence. You're saying there's no physical evidence of the Bible, correct? I just want to make sure I got this right.
Correct.
All right. What do you want me to prove?
There's evidence.
How would you like? Go ahead.
There's places in the Bible that exist. There's evidence of places that in the Bible. There's evidence of things that happen, like the Jewish.
Stabby's wrong. This is me back live again. He's wrong. Don't listen to what he says. But that should prove to every one of you that how long I've known this guy. A long time. So there you go.
Debbie, can you hear me right now?
I can.
Again, I have to say this every time so people don't think I'm trying to kiss your ass.
What's wrong with kissing my ass? It's a nice ass.
No, I only speak the truth. If I'm bullshitting, I'll tell you. If I'm being sarcastic, I'll tell you, so you know I'm being silly. But right now I'm being serious. The bottom line is you're real, and a lot of people can't handle that. And Stabby, I like Stabby. These guys, everybody has issues. We all have issues. Okay, some of us keep them private. but they can all be worked out.
I don't have any
You know-
issues. I don't have any issues. Shut up.
I won't go there. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, I
They're
know.
different. We all have different issues. They're may be in a different category, but the bottom line is these guys. Your therapy. I mean, you are like a therapist. This is how I see you, Debbie, the therapist. People tune into your show because you're providing free fucking therapy, and those motherfuckers should give you a fucking donation. God
That's
damn
right.
it.
$1 each for every show. That's what I'm going
Fuck
to
the
ask.
dollar. I'm going to tell you right now. I sent Wolfman $200. I've sent people a couple $200 or $300. I'm not trying to brag, but you know, we're sitting here. We're talking to you on the phone right now. We're having a good time. You know, if you can afford it, send people money. They're doing these shows for free. You're not entitled. People who are listening, you are not entitled.
Yes.
Give the fucking lady some goddamn money and help her out.
You idiots. You
Period.
mean, horrible
she didn't
people.
pay me
And that
to
goes
say
for
this.
you
I'm
too,
just calling
Sonny.
it like it is. That's
No, you're
Sonny.
totally right. I love you,
I know I
Sonny. Sonny.
Tell it like it is. That's all I do.
Sonny, don't me.
Sonny, come on. Tell it like it is, Sonny. Break it down.
Oh no, I'm good. I'm really
You're gonna
good.
go on that, Sonny. Come on now.
Yeah, no, I'm really good. If you know what I mean. I just need to sit here for a minute.
Did you just take a big bong hit, Sonny? Is that what you're
Oh
trying
my
to
man, no,
Sonny?
yeah, sort of.
Sonny,
kinda.
this is your conscience speaking to you. Come back. Come back, Sonny.
Yeah, I got you.
Now we're going to listen to a little tune by Led Zeppelin.
Shit.
Oh, I'm joking.
Yeah. So, Eric.
Yeah.
How long have you been into this UFO stuff, though?
I started I've always, okay. Back when I was watching television, I turned my TV off about 3 months ago because I just said, fuck it. But I used to watch those shows, The Ancient Aliens, that's been on for 10 years.
Okay.
You know, all sorts of shows on television, on cable television, satellite television. And so that got me interested because, you know, they show you stuff and you think they're not making all this up. They might be making some of it up. They might be making a lot of it up.
Right.
But it's not all made up. Okay. So that caught my curiosity. So then about 2 years ago, I got on Twitter for the first time. I had never been on social media. I will not do Facebook or Facebook. I only do Twitter. That's it. I'm not trying to be like a social media whore like some of these people. But I started researching. I was living in this townhouse that's like 3 stories up right by the beach there in the Pacific Ocean area over there, near Pismo Beach. And, and I would lay in my bed at night and I would listen to shows and like Art Bell and stuff like that. And I'd look out my window and there was no flight pattern that went from, I lived near a nuclear facility, power plant in Avila Beach. I don't know if you've ever heard of Avila Beach.
No.
There's a Diablo nuclear power plant is one of the major nuclear power plants in California. It's in Avila Beach.
Oh, okay.
But I have a view of that mountain area from where I was living, and there is no legal flight pattern. There's no planes that go from, for example, San Jose, California to Los Angeles. It's over the Pacific Ocean. There is no plane flight patterns that go over that area. So if I see anything that goes over that area, then it's either the bottom line.
You're cutting out bad, Eric. You're cutting out bad.
Horrible.
Okay, hold on.
He gets so fine when I say that. Hey, can I show you one of my EVPs, the first EVP we ever caught in our house?
Go for it.
Okay, this is the part of the paranormal that I'm into. Okay, this is the very first EVP that we ever caught in our house. We had put the kids to bed, everybody gone to bed, and Stephen that night had gotten a drum set for Christmas. And he went up there and he was all excited. He put the drum set together and he was up there banging on the drums. Well, everybody knows that if you want to get spirits out of your house, you bang drums. Okay, that's one reason why back in the ancient days of the Native Americans, they pounded drums. They were real into evil spirits and stuff. And so we go to bed. I go to bed, and Victor wakes me up. I said, Victor, take my recorder. I have an ASCAM recorder. And I said, take it up there and set it on the banister next to Stephen's room. And the banister next to Stephen's room, oh gosh, I've got so much feedback, opens up to a 3-story open area in the house. It goes 1, 2, 3, it goes all the way up. It's a 3-story ceiling, okay? Anyway, that's beside the point. So he's recording it. Well, I can hear me on your phone, Eric.
Really? I don't know what I'm doing wrong. I'm sorry.
Anyway,
I'm trying to get
I'll
the
mute
C
both
out
of you.
here.
I'll mute you. Okay, now they're both muted. So anyway, he goes up there and he starts the recorder. He wakes me up about 3 o'clock in the morning. He goes, Debbie, you got to hear this. I said, hear what? And he goes, you got to hear something on this recording. And I was like, hear what on the recording? Why are you waking me up? Because he never wakes me up. And he said, there's something weird on this recording of Stephen playing the drums. And this is what we heard. Okay, here we go. And there you go. Eric made a little bit of noise while it was playing. Did you hear it, Eric? It's somebody saying, you don't want me in your house, meaning that the drum was running them off. They're like, you don't want me in your house? You know, obviously you don't want me in your house because you're banging this drum so loud. Does that make sense to you guys? No?
It does. Can you hear me right now?
Of course I can hear you. I can always hear you.
I'm just checking because my phone, I've got this iPhone 5 and I haven't figured it out yet, so I apologize. My electronics knowledge is not that good.
It's okay. But the
Okay.
part that
I'll figure it out.
the part I was trying to show y'all to get y'all to hear was this right here. Take a listen to this. You don't want me in your house, bump bump. You don't want me in your house, bump bump. And the night I was talking to Wolfman, I went in and I took out the white noise in it because I highlighted the white noise and I checked it. That's the white noise, and all you do is you just go to Effects, and you go to Noise Reduction, and you say Get Noise Profile. Now it's holding the profile of that white noise, and then you highlight all of it, and you say, okay, get rid of what you just memorized, and it gets rid of all the white noise. And then it sounds, oh, Eric, do something, sweetie. I've got reverb, I've got all kinds of echo coming off of you and everything.
Right now? Right now.
Not that second, but before this, the second before that.
But when she said that, it was right then.
I figured it out. So if my iPhone is next to my iPad and I move it to another, that's what happens. So I'm learning. So I'll just make sure I don't have it I can't have my iPad and my iPhone
okay.
near
Gotcha.
Well, anyway, here it goes.
Learning.
Here it goes with the white noise taken out. Take a listen. You don't want me in your house? Bump, bump. There was some kind of bump, bump afterwards. You don't want me in your house? Bump, bump. I don't know what it was, but I don't know if it was the spirit echoing the drum noise or what, but it scared Vic and I, too. It scared us.
Play it again. You know, I have trouble even understanding these. So.
And that's why I don't push them on anybody. I just play them for those that believe and those that don't. I'm going to slow it down right here.
All right.
You don't want me in your house. You can hear the word house as plain as day when he says, or when they say house. Listen to house. Well, I didn't get enough of it. Eric, be still.
I'm here.
Be still.
All right, I'm still. Is it clear now?
It's just you're making a lot of noise, like.
Okay, it's weird.
Okay, here we go. Here's just the word. This is just the word house. Gosh, Debbie, there's a long S drag on that. Eric, be still. Here is the word house. And then all together it says, "You don't want me in your house." I knew it the second. This is what was weird. The second he played it, I knew what it was saying. Isn't that bizarre? Hello?
I'm here.
Here it goes 10 times, but I'll stop it. Listen. Now, another person that heard this, another expert, I guess you could say, said that it's saying, "We all love your new house," because I had just moved into the house.
Wow. You think they have an ego? You think the ghosts have an ego?
We all love your new house.
Okay, play it again. And now that I got that in my head, let me hear it again if you don't mind.
That's no, Debbie. I'm sorry. I can't go with that.
What?
I'm not here. I mean, okay. I'm going to be honest. I believe that there's ghosts and they're communicating. I don't doubt all that. But what people think they're hearing, I'm not buying all.
Are you reading the chat room and Stabby saying something horrible? Because this was sent off to the EVP Association in Georgia, and they came back with a Class 1 EVP. It was that audible.
Really? No, I'm not in the chat room. My iPad just died.
See, I know, but whenever you're an EVP, you don't have vocal cords, so you don't resonate. You talk in a very tinny type, electrical type thing. It could even be somebody that talks with. You believe in aliens and stuff.
Right. No, I mean, let's put it this way: ghosts.
I don't think you're listening because you're not being still. I don't think you're being still.
Ghosts?
I don't think you're being still enough to listen to begin with. But
can you hear me right? Am I clear right now?
Yes, you're fine right now. But what I'm saying is,
what I'm trying to say is that ghosts and aliens sometimes can be confused, in my opinion.
All I'm saying is this was a voice that came onto a recording where it was dead silent, and suddenly on the recording, this just happened from nowhere.
Yeah, see, that's the part, even if I don't quite am able to correlate the words with it, that's the part that kind of freaks me out with this kind of stuff, is that this just shows up out of the blue. You know what I mean?
I know what you mean. I've got another one I can show you guys, which is called "I Know Boomer is a Dog." I have to find it. Here it goes. Listen to this one. This was Victor in the Attic. It's 17 seconds long. Shh. And at the very end, you're going to hear a little girl's voice say, okay, hold on. I've got so many people. I need to stay focused here. You're going to hear my dog barking, ruff, 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 ruff. Then you're going to hear a voice from nowhere say, "I know Boomer is a dog." I heard it the second it played.
The name of our dog.
Go ahead, Vic.
You didn't tell him the name of our dog.
The name of our dog was Boomer. All right, here we go. Listen. There's Boomer. Did you hear it? What is so funny with you? Why are you laughing? What is so funny?
No, Debbie, unless you're like extraterrestrial, I mean, my human ears are not hearing what you're hearing.
I heard something.
It's perfect.
No, I heard something, but I wasn't able to put it to words, of course.
Okay, exactly. I know. Well, just wait a second and give me a second to show you, and you will see this. Just everybody stop. I think this is it.
Okay, relax. Put your panties down.
No, you relax. Okay, now listen very carefully. Don't talk and don't make noise. Don't move around. Don't do anything.
Right, I'm staying still.
Go
I'm
dead
not move.
silent, and you will hear it. It says, "I know Boomer is a dog." It's a whisper. It's not even a tinny voice. Listen.
Wow.
I know Boomer is a dog.
I could, now that you've told me that, I can hear that.
Right, that's what I told y'all it says. It says, "I know Boomer is a dog," because it goes, "Ruff, ruff, ruff, ruff," and then she goes, "I know Boomer is a dog." And you can tell it's a child. Listen. Who whispered that?
Well, okay. You're hearing things, Debbie,
that
I'm
I can't
hearing-
hear, so I can't argue with you, but I don't hear it.
Probably listening to that shitty little cell phone.
I guess. I don't know. Because anybody... Sonny, you can hear that.
Once you told me what the words were, it sounded like them. Okay. But before that, you know me, I've never been able to pick that out right off the bat.
Okay, we'll go word for word. How about that? I'll tell you that much. We'll go word for word. We'll go... I know. Listen.
I got it.
Listen.
I said once you told me that, I got it.
Okay, never mind. We'll just do something else. What do y'all want to talk about? UFOs or what? I give up. Forget it.
Oh, this ghost EVPs.
No, I'm not going
honestly, they fuck me up.
Okay, but you believe in UFOs and aliens.
Okay, stop.
I believe in all of it. I believe it's all real.
Hold on, Vic.
We just
Hold on,
don't
Vic.
understand it. That's the bottom line. We don't understand
I'm
it.
trying to teach you, but you're so busy laughing and making fun of me. Never mind. Okay, go ahead, Vic. What did you want to say?
He doesn't understand it, and the reason he doesn't understand it is he listens to your show that you did with David Roundtree, who's a physicist or whatever he is, that did 30 years of research on this stuff. And
33.
33. He explains it all. You did a whole show about it, remember?
Okay, hold on. That's good information. When was that show? I'll go listen to the archive. When was that show?
It's not on archive.
It was December 10th.
I don't know. What?
Okay, well, Debbie, do
no,
some
that's
research.
the bad one.
And if not tonight, bring that show back and play some clips like tomorrow night or something so I can hear it. If you can, if you feel like it. I want to hear that.
Okay.
That's all. I mean, I don't disbelieve anything. Truthfully, I don't.
But you laughed at me, and that hurt
No, I'm
my
not
feeling.
laughing.
No, you laughed at me. You hurt my feeling. You
laughed
at
no,
me. Yes, you
you
did.
don't
Yes, you did.
understand.
Yes, you did. 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 Yes, you did.
No.
Victor's laughing because he knows I'm doing this.
At you. I'm laughing because it's just bizarre, and I don't understand it. That's all I'm laughing about.
I'm really high.
Sonny, you smoke too much.
Okay, Sonny, you got to
pace yourself.
When you don't understand shit,
Brother, I'm telling you.
I hate you both and hope you die in a fire and watch your hands melt.
Fuck you,
God damn it. You too. I hope you watch your own hands melt. Think about that. Watch your own hands melt. That's pretty bad. I'm sorry.
Let me go wash my hands.
I'm sorry. I'm sorry. I didn't mean that. That is pretty cold-blooded, huh, Sonny?
Especially if you live in a wax museum, right?
Oh, that's funny, Sonny.
In Texas.
Yeah.
Oh, my God. Me and Sonny laughed so hard at your notes that night in that show. I thought we were going to die.
When you were in that black show.
What notes is that?
Those comments.
When you were
in the Man De Leon show, those comments you were making. God. Sonny was laughing so hard.
I remember that. Okay. That was funny shit right there.
Sonny was laughing so hard he was going on his
I was starting to hit the,
it was great. Oh, my God.
That was funny. I forgot about that.
I think that's the hardest.
He was on. I didn't listen Sunday night. I forgot about that. I should have tuned in.
I think that was the hardest I'd laughed in a long time.
What do you mean you didn't listen that night? You were on the show.
No. I've been saying this past Sunday. Today's Monday, so last night I forgot to listen to the show. Okay, Debbie, hold on. You're the genius. Pull up Mandelon's show from last night. Let's play a clip from that. Let's see what he was talking about.
No. Are you kidding me? I've been reported for playing. No, I wouldn't play somebody else's show if I was on it. I won't even play my reading on Wolfman's show.
Oh, God. You've been warned. You're like all freaked out now.
Yeah, well,
But here's what I can tell you is anytime you want to play any clip from Mobster Boss Radio, I give you my permission.
I love you, Sonny. Come get me and Boo-Boo. Ignore Vic.
There you go.
There you go.
There'll be a contract in the morning for me.
Mandy alone.
He said there'll be a. Go ahead.
Anything that's produced by KTLK is obviously not been given permission. So as long as we play shit that's
not going to do it because whoever reported me for playing somebody else's content, not even their.
I know.
No, you don't know. You better not
know. No, a few months from now, none of this shit will matter. You watch. Trust. Mark this date. We'll be playing shit in a few months. It's not going to be a big deal anymore. There's just people trying to establish their position, their ego position in the whole podcast world.
Well,
That's my
Look,
position.
Here's what I do know. I know that the terms of service indicate that if you broadcast on Spreaker, you give every other user a limited license to reproduce, rebroadcast, do anything they want to it. But now they have up a community rules page where they're now preaching the opposite of their terms of service. So, you know, I would just like for Francesco to get to the bottom of it instead of telling
Who's
me.
Francesco, by the way? I've never heard of him.
He was the original owner of this company. He's and still the owner as far as I know.
All right.
Or CEO or whatever it is.
Sorry. He was
But
a CEO.
I'd just like for him to clarify that instead of sending some kind of customer service rep out here and responding to just strictly fucking emails. That's insane. Especially if some of the emails were coming from people that purport to be her friend, or maybe there's somebody that's had a long-standing like bathtub girl, or something like that. I don't understand why you wouldn't check things out before you even respond to it. Things just don't make sense to me.
Well, the only time things get fucked up is when you get an ego involved. That's not.
Yeah,
blowing.
but you know this stuff that's going on right now was going on back in 2010, 2011 here, when this thing first kind of really caught on. I mean, this kind of stuff, oh, he's playing my shit. You know, they would point everybody to the terms of service. Now you've got some new people working here that apparently don't even know what their own terms of service call for.
You nailed it.
Right. So, I mean, that's just me. And like Francesco's been notified of this, and I assume he's going to check into it and just see what they want to apply. Maybe they'll just modify the terms of service and get out the license that everybody was granted to use on everybody's content. And because community rules, I'm not sure how that works. Community rules.
It's a vague area. It's a gray area for lawyers.
Yeah, no shit. But
anyway. Here's how I see it. Okay, this is my theory. I'm not pointing fingers at any one specific person, but people get involved in the podcast business, we'll call it. And then they see, oh, well, we'll have this show and we'll have that show and we'll do this show and we'll dominate the airwaves and we'll get advertisers and we'll make money. And then suddenly they get this illusion that they're going to make money off all this shit. And then somebody else comes along and is disrupting their program, and it's interfering with their concept of how they're going to get rich off all this shit, and that's when it gets fucked up.
Yeah, well,
that's my take on it.
Yeah, and you're probably right. But here's the deal: the people, in my opinion, wow, I'm hearing myself. The people that say, oh, they were playing my content only to cause a problem because their content's not being paid for to start with. In fact, they're paying to do that, which they hand off a license to Spreaker and to us according to their terms of service. So I don't even understand. And what would anybody hope to accomplish by this? Nobody really likes somebody
getting
that
me
is going
banned
to,
off, maybe getting me banned off of Spreaker.
That's not going to happen.
happen. Well, you know, you never know when you're dealing with people that obviously don't know their own terms of service, as opposed to just putting up a new page that contradicts everything. Which do you follow when you get here? What are you agreeing to? What are you not agreeing to? One minute you have a license to play anything you want, and the next page that you read, you don't have a license. How the fuck does that work?
Yeah, there's definitely gray area at this point, it seems like.
Gray, yeah, I'd say it's gray. It's like a bottomless fucking pit.
Yeah.
I mean, I don't even understand how you get there, but that's just me.
Do y'all want an ice cream sandwich?
Yeah, that sounds. I want one of those vanilla,
Here I go.
chocolate, and
Yes.
strawberry ones.
Here I go to get an ice cream sandwich. I'll be right back. Don't fight too much while I'm gone. Nah, Stabby, nah. I'll be right back. I'm going to get an ice cream sandwich.
I gotta go. I'm gonna go pee, but I'm gonna leave the phone here so you guys don't have to hear me pee.
No, we're going to play. We'll play a song and then we'll come back and we'll kill it after that. Okay.
All right.
Cool.
All right. We'll be right back after this message from Disturbed. Wait a minute. That song's going to give Lester some bad thoughts. Hold on.
Is it?
Well, yeah. It's
Okay.
It's a happy time right now. See, I'm
I guess.
happy, and you are happy, and we are happy, and everything's happy. We're happy.
Yeah,
we are happy. We're happy.
Okay, I'm good.
No,
I'm back.
no, stop.
Did you guys hear me peeing in there?
I saw me. No, we didn't hear you. We did not
Okay,
hear
good.
you.
I'm just glad. I just don't want to upset anybody.
No problem. No problem. Okay, 2 minutes and 23 seconds, and I'll be right back. Y'all don't talk about me when I'm gone, okay?
No, please, Debbie. Come on. Relax.
We'll be right back after this song brought to you by the Dallas Fire Department.
Yeah.
right, that's enough of that. Okay, I'm back, and y'all are back, and we're all back, and let's close it down. What are we going to talk about for the last issue?
Oh God, I'm eating Oreos and bananas and milk right now. You know, you guys, you probably know this, but if you're going to party, you got to have something to eat before you go to bed. It helps out a lot.
Sonny's putting something in the microwave.
Probably a pizza. I bet she's got a pizza in there. A Hot Pocket or something.
No, that's his bird. That's Bailey.
You got your ice cream sandwich. I got my Oreos and banana and milk.
What the hell's an Odeo?
It's like the organic version of Cheerios, but they call them Oreos.
We can't live forever. Well, I came back too early, I guess. Y'all aren't talking yet. We're all eating.
I'm sorry. I went and got me a little sandwich.
You put it in the microwave. It was one of those yucky ones from... See, I could make you a...
Oh, yes. I did put something in the microwave, some popcorn.
Popcorn and sandwich.
Mm-hmm.
We're all eating.
Is there anybody in the chat room, Debbie?
I don't care. They're mean.
No, they've been nice lately.
They're mean.
But,
Wait a minute. I'm going to show you a little bit of David Roundtree, okay, just because I'll wet your whistle with him. Now, David Roundtree was, in fact, accused of, and I think admitted to doing stolen valor. But other than that, he's totes legit. Trust me when I say that, okay? Totes. Let me see. I got to find it. It's there somewhere. Here we are. My interview with David Roundtree. And I'm going to go forward. And there's a guy on the call with me. He wanted to do the show with me. He was my really good friend at the time, but we sort of didn't become best friends after that or something. Anyway, here we go.
That's fine. I'm not. When I say we debunk, when something goes on, we immediately try to...
Okay, David Roundtree is the world's expert on EVP. He is an audio... an audio physicist, and he's got PhDs and everything that have to do with audio. And let me just back it up. This guy, trust me when I say, if I've got a guest on, you know it's top drawer, or I'm not going to have them. So here we go.
A blue-white light, but yeah, I mean exactly, and of course now I'm theorizing. Yeah, you have trouble with some words, so do I. I'm being theoretical here about my approach with this, and I'm basing it on some assumptions of conclusions. But if these things are true, then it is very possible that we are dealing with a parallel or at least adjacent universe where the possibility is it is actually resonating at a different frequency than our own. It may even be occupying the same space as our own, but we're oblivious to it because we don't perceive it.
So this is good news. I mean, of course, I'm being kind of weird when I say that, but you know what I'm saying. I mean,
no, it means we're very close to understanding another part of life. I don't think what we're dealing with is paranormal at all. I think it's actually normal. We just don't understand it yet.
Personally, on a very personal level, and you don't have to answer if you're uncomfortable, do you believe in
reality, the universe, whatever? And our consciousness is a part of that unified field that permeates the universe.
This guy set out 33 years ago to debunk the theory of EVPs and spent 33 years trying to debunk them, saying it's bullshit, it's this, it's that. And when I come right out and ask him, are these people that have crossed... I asked him, are these people that are living in another dimension? And his answer was...
very common in my family. So it's a situation where I've always said what I believe and what I can prove are two different things. And I've spent most of my adult life trying to narrow the gap between those two.
Wow. So,
I believe the guy 100%.
That we are going to see... I will be with my father or my mother again. You can pretty much say that with gumption. I mean, you can pretty much, you know what I'm saying? And this is not what I'm trying to get out of you. I'm just interested
And what?
Yeah. I just want to say one thing. I mean, there's some discussion in the chat room right now about the brain and the soul. The brain being physical, and the soul being a non-physical entity. I don't want to use the word soul. I want to use the word consciousness. To date, empirical science has failed to make a link between consciousness and the brain, other than there are parts of the brain that facilitate its use. And there's a line of thought out there that believes that consciousness is a universal energy field, and that all the brain does is tap into that. So our body is basically a shell that our consciousness uses
There
to
you go. Bingo.
manifest.
I believe the guy 100%. I love it. Right on. Thank you.
To manifest itself on the earth in a physical form. So if that, I mean, we call it quantum consciousness, and basically what it means is there's I think Casey called it the Akashic Records. There's essentially a big grid of information that permeates through reality, the universe, whatever. And our consciousness is a part of that unified.
Now tell me I'm not from the paranormal genre.
That's beautiful. That was a great, what he just said totally was right.
Oh, I know.
Yeah, I totally, you know what, people think he's crazy. He's not crazy. He's telling it like it is.
I want people to think I'm crazy because just like Steve Jobs, I've got feedback with you, Eric. Just like Steve Jobs said, if you think I'm crazy, then I'm going to change the world. You won't. You won't.
Right.
You won't. I will. You're going to be an observer. I'm going to be a mover and a shaker. I'm going to make people think. I'm going to cause people to just one time, maybe one time, doubt what you were taught. Just give it a shot is all I want.
Yeah, I agree. I agree.
All right. While you're finishing your food, we're going to keep listening to this.
Okay. I feel that permeates the universe. It connects to us through tiny threads, almost like these little nano threads that connect it. And upon death, those threads sever, and your consciousness remains where.
He has a PhD in quantum physics, too.
What is this guy's name again?
David Roundtree. He has a PhD in quantum physics.
I want him on my show. Can you call him up and ask him to be on my show?
Anyway.
Where it's always at, it's just no longer attached to this physical body.
Do you believe that maybe when we dream, is there a possibility that since we've technically shut down, yes, I am UFO geek, that we basically shut down the physical part for a while. We put it on a battery charger. Do you think maybe there's a chance that we somehow another contact, zone into the other side, or zone into that part of our connection there, or something like that, or? Maybe?
Sure, it's very possible. I mean, there's been a lot of research on, particularly sleep research, that's been done over the years, and one of the things that has been documented is when a human being loses consciousness, meaning when you black out and you don't think anything, your beta brainwaves flatline.
Really?
And one of the things that we do is we look for evidence of beta-like brainwaves in the environment during a haunting situation. In other words, if we go to a place and it suddenly becomes active with weird things happening, we begin to start looking for waveforms and patterns that are similar to beta brainwaves. And
now, is beta? No, we've got to keep up with my audio. Is beta the conscience brain? Is that what you're talking about?
Well,
like
beta.
Where I'm at right now, I'm talking to you. I'm talking to David. I'm looking at the computer. There's a lamp. There's a phone. Is that my beta brain telling me these things, or?
No, there's different. Our brain has different waveforms that are going on inside of it. When you have an EEG done on your brain, they're measuring a lot of different brain waves that are being generated in your brain. And there's alpha waves, beta waves, delta waves, gamma waves. I mean, there's 8 or 12 different brain waves that are vital to healthy brain functioning. And what they have discovered is that the beta wave, which has to do a lot with our cognitive powers and how we perceive things, flatlines when we are unconscious. Now, a lot of empirical scientists say, well, of course it would be flatline because, you're not being cognitive, you're dead asleep. But on the other hand, some people are saying that you can't be cognitive because you're asleep. Because you're not cognitive because
is
you're
sleeping considered to be unconscious? Is that what we consider to be unconscious? Right.
I got too much noise coming from Eric to play this.
All right, my bad. Fuck.
Don't you know where do you have a mute button? On
you
your
know
phone?
what? I can't seem to get you off the screen that you've got on here, and then transfer it over. Okay, hold on. Maybe I got it figured out now.
Hold on. Okay, go. I'm sorry.
I'm trying to.
It's really
I don't know how
loud.
this fucking phone works. That's the problem. I'm trying to figure out how the.
I don't know. I think you just went mute. That's good. All right, I'll let some more of it play.
Yeah.
Okay.
There are parts of sleep that are unconscious. For example,
the end result at the end of this, and I'll give you give you the spoiler, is I say, what is your basic? Because I could not nail him down on an answer. And at the very end, I said, why do I hear him? He said, you're a conduit between dimensions. And I went, what?
Oh, wow.
And then I said, are EVPs people on the other side? And he goes, Debbie, you're not going to let me get out of here without it. He goes, I will say this. Our research has proven that the conscience does go on after death. He said that. I got that out of him.
Wow.
That our conscience, he said, with the EMF fields that this guy tried to debunk it. Y'all, this guy spent 33 years. Some of you haven't even been alive 33 years. 33 years studying nothing but EVP. I wanted the expert, and he's already heard all of my EVPs. That's how I met David. I sent them to him, and so he can analyze them. And they put them in the noise spectrum and the voice spectrum and all this different stuff. And they do this and this. And you have to send him a raw file that hasn't been touched, fast forwarded, noise reduction, nothing. And every one of mine were raw. And he came back with every single one of mine were EVP. Excuse me.
Wow.
Victor paid for me to go see Lisa Williams. Are y'all familiar who paid $750 for me to go talk to Lisa Williams for an hour?
I don't know who that is.
Lisa Williams from the show I Talk to the Dead.
That blonde lady? The blonde lady?
No. This girl was the real deal. She's from Great Britain. And her name is Lisa Williams. Life Among the Dead. It's called Life.
Where did you meet her?
Victor flew me out to meet with her in California.
Where?
In
California?
Los Angeles, California. Uh-huh.
Really? $750. That's impressive.
That was just her fee to be one-on-one with her for an hour.
That's fucking amazing when you think about it.
And I took her. She has to hold on to something. She has to hold on to a piece of jewelry. And I took her my little brother's pocket knife. I took her my mother's wedding ring, and I took her. That was all. No, I took her one of my grandmother's handkerchiefs. And when I sat down in front of her, this woman had no idea who I was, because you make an appointment with a number. You call I called from a phone that was, there's no way it could be traced back to me. I said hi, and she said, "Are you here to make an appointment?" I said yes, and they said, "Okay, give it." What your number is 496-775 GL59, and that's all she knew. There was no way for her to know who I was. And when I handed her that, she said, "Who is Jay?" And I went, "Oh my freaking God!" I couldn't believe it. I thought, what? She guessed my little brother's name, and then she said, "Your mother remarried or something. I see her in this beautiful place. She's not speaking, but I see her. She was seeing her in heaven."
Wow.
And then she goes, "Who is Margaret?" And why do I see a white dove? And I said, "This is too weird for me. This is freaking me out." It was tripping me out bad. And I talk all about that on one of my shows. And
wow.
I had some good stuff, and I just got out of it mostly because of my relationship with Stabby McHugs.
Are you serious?
I wish I could see my face. No, not really. I'm not serious. Yes, I am. Well, I was under fire by a lot of people. I was paranormal when paranormal wasn't cool. And there were people coming at me from all sides, this is bullshit and this is that and this is that. I mean, I just finally said, fuck it, I'm done. I'm out of here. And I just gave it up one time. I said, that's it. I'm just going to go plain call in for advice. And so I did a call in advice show for about 2 years, which was that's when I exploded in popularity on Blog Talk Radio. And it even got to where it was me and Ghost practically. If you weren't listening to my show, you were listening to Ghost, and Ghost is the #1 show on Blog Talk Radio at the time. But I was under fire from a lot of show hosts that were like just coming out to me, and I didn't know how to handle it back then, so I just stopped doing what I was doing. So there you go.
Wow, I had no idea. They silenced you. You allowed them to silence you.
Yeah. It was bad. It was bad.
You're at the point now we don't give a fuck anymore. I can feel that though.
No, I don't give.
Fuck that. Beautiful. Fuck them.
No, you don't have to tell me that. I know that.
No, I'm telling you, I support you.
They were swatting.
100%.
They were sending policemen over to my house. They were taking pictures of me dropping my Heather's little boy off at his school. And sending them to me. They were recording my phone conversations and sending them as voicemails.
Who's they, by the way?
We'll never know.
Well, that's fucking crazy conspiracy shit. That's probably. It's real. I know that shit happens.
Oh, why would I lie about something like that?
No, I know, Sonny. What do you think? What's going down here, Sonny?
I know what happened, and yeah, all of that she tells you is really true.
I know what happened too, and Sonny knows that I know what happened.
Right.
It's amazing how they're. Obviously,
I pissed off a policing entity. How about that?
Yeah, absolutely.
I did. I pissed them off bad. Bad. Wow. Bad. Because I exposed to their. Stop me when I should stop, Sonny. Should I stop now? Yeah, never mind.
I wouldn't go on any further.
Anyway, yeah, just upset. So, how about them Cowboys?
Yeah, what's the deal? So Tony Romo retired. He's going to be an announcer now. They got that Zach dude.
They're building that whole CBS Sports crew around Romo now.
Why does Romo get so? I'm not saying I don't like the guy, but he's not that charismatic. Well, I don't understand why they're making such a big deal about this guy.
He's got a lot of fans, and
but he never won shit though. Think about it. He was just really good. He was never great. He was just really good for a long time.
Right.
Fuck him. Troy Aikman, he fucking made it happen with that crew with Jimmy Johnson. And then the Cowboys have been rolling on that shit for a while now.
Damn right.
Yeah.
Think about it.
I like
they made that trade for Herschel Walker. That paid off for years and years.
Yes, exactly.
How many people did they trade for him? What was it?
8.
8 or 13. I thought it was like 13.
It might have been. It was ridiculous. It was fucking crazy. But yeah, Herschel Walker was like, Bo Jackson. Bo Jackson.
Yeah.
Him and Herschel Walker were like in another category of humans.
You bet. Well, and what happened to Bo Jackson is the same thing that happened to Earl Campbell. They just ran those boys to death. Till their body gave out. Think about it. Bo, did the hip replacement thing and then played pro baseball.
That was amazing, actually.
Yeah. But Earl Campbell, they used him up in 5 or 6 years, and he was done. One of the greatest running backs ever.
Yeah, Earl Campbell was a load. That guy was a load.
Yeah.
I liked Earl. Houston Oilers. Who was it? Bum Phillips?
That's right, Bum Phillips.
They just ran his ass all day long.
Fuck yeah. It was like they only had to know one play. It was give the ball to Earl.
Or give the ball to Earl.
Earl, yeah.
Left tackle, right tackle, whatever. Just give him
That's
the ball.
right. That's true.
Well, I'll tell you right now, I mean, I was a 49er fan back in the days when they had John Brody and those guys. And then I lived in Santa Clara County when they were winning those titles with Joe Montana and whatnot. And the guys would, they'd be partying in the bars right around my hometown there. But that was a good time when Eddie D owned the team. It was that was back when the Mafia could still own football teams.
Right, exactly.
and there was no cap at that point. So they just bought up all the talent. But now, okay, I kind of would like to see the Raiders. I think they got some talent. They signed that guy from the Seattle. What's his name? Marshawn Lynch, or whatever.
Yes.
Yeah.
I think so. Yeah.
He might have some life left in him. That could be that guy could be the key potentially if he's healthy to put him over the top.
Well, the Raiders built everything about them on taking used up players.
Yes.
And building the hellacious teams all through the years. And and they're still following that. And I think that's cool as hell.
But they got a good young nucleus also.
Yes. Right. No,
they
exactly.
Didn't have that for a while.
Right. Yeah, and that's where they
John
kind of
Gruden
fell out of favor for a long time. Yeah.
Yeah. Well, John Gruden, he was the best coach they've had since what's his name? The big guy who was on the announcer. I can't think of his name right now. What was his name?
John Madden.
Yeah, John Madden. John Madden, with Kenny the Snake Stabler and those guys.
Yep.
That was classic Raider football. And then John Gruden kind of brought it back.
Right.
And then he bailed on him and went to the Tampa Bay and they won. That was pretty impressive, actually.
Yeah, buddy.
All right.
Okay.
What do you want to talk about, Debbie?
All right.
Enough sports talk for one lifetime.
Okay. Well, there we go. We haven't really ever done that much. So
yeah, we haven't. That was just 10 minutes. That was like 3 minutes, Debbie. Relax. Okay, Debbie. So when are you going to start interviewing these little model hotties in Dallas? There. When are you going to start coming through the door and you're going to start talking to these girls?
As soon as Saturday.
All right. Can you
No.
Just for fun, can you snap some pictures?
No.
Come on now.
No. Are you kidding me?
You can use your cell phone and snap a few pictures.
Stop being a perv. Stop being a perv. These girls are 17.
I'm not a perv.
These girls are
21, it's not illegal. It's
these girls are 17 years old.
Oh, that's ridiculous. 17's too young.
Yeah.
But if they're 21, or 24 or whatever, it's not. We can look at them. There's nothing wrong with looking at them. Come on now.
Stabby, hold on, let me say something. Stabby, just because somebody goes up, look at how many people went up against me and said all that crazy shit about me. Said that I was a racist and I was a pedophile and I was. People can say anything they want, Stabby, on the internet. And I'm sure that there are people that were in quantum physics that were jealous of David Roundtree and they said all that shit about him. And that's just opinion, okay? You can't take away the fact that he has a PhD in quantum physics. You and I don't. He does. Okay? So denying what somebody thinks about David Roundtree would be the right thing to do because you're letting somebody put thoughts in your in your own, God damn it. In your own mind, people are putting thought. You're allowing somebody else to give you your belief system. And that's not the way it works. And if anybody's going to just automatically accept what somebody thinks, that's pretty lame. That's not a very strong personality. That's not a very powerful person. That's not a leader. You need to shut up, Willie, right now. Raiders are always overbet preseason. Anyway, Willie. But
I wouldn't bet on a preseason football game ever.
That's all I'm supposed. Okay, Sonny. Stabby. Yeah. Look, darling. If you're in there, yeah, right. If you're in there to debunk, to disagree with everything I say, can you just at least dial it down and leave it in the other chat room or something? You think he lied to me. That's what you think. The word we're looking for is think. I have learned in this world, I was taught that Lee Harvey Oswald was a lone mad gunman that killed the president. And that the reason that Jack Ruby shot him was because he was mad at him or something like that. And then I grew up. So I don't believe anything out there. And I damn sure don't believe anything I was taught in high school or junior high or school at all. Because Dr. Bristol said the other night he never knew about the 1992 riots in Los Angeles. He was never taught that in school.
Really?
Yeah, that's why he freaked out and went and did a show on it. Okay, thank you.
See, that was major.
Well, he didn't know about it, and he didn't.
Wow.
He's summa cum laude.
Yeah, no. I'm just saying. I just find that almost. Well, it's amazing that he wouldn't have learned anything about that.
Well, he would have paid attention. I can tell you that. And let me tell you about Dr. Bristol. Dr. Bristol doesn't have a dad. I mean, his dad is not in his life and hasn't been. And so he's very special to me, and he means a lot to me. And he is very, very, one of these days he will run something like Windows or something like that. You know what I'm saying? He's one of those kind of guys that is so out there that he is just, he's autistic a little bit. I mean, excuse me, not autistic. He's on the autism spectrum. He's not. And anytime I hear autism spectrum, I'm like, genius, you know, because I know some, because if you're barely on that, if you just barely, now you can be autistic and be like, you know, sitting there slobbering on yourself, and I understand that. But if you're barely on that spectrum, that means your brain is just firing enough to where, you're genius level. I mean, it's like, right. I'm dead serious too. And I'm not talking about Rain Man, but was Rain Man a genius? He could count the toothpicks, Sonny, on the floor.
Right, I remember.
That's genius.
That, yeah.
That's genius. He could count he could do anything, you know, and that's severe autism. That means he lives in his own little world. And
didn't they used to call those people like that, and this is not me insulting them, but didn't they used to call them idiots, savants?
Yep.
I thought that was actually the
Wait
term
a minute.
Wait,
Stop. Stabby just goes, Rain Man was a movie. Okay, y'all want to hear Stabby himself? Oh, thank you. Sorry. He said it was based on a real guy. You just Googled that before you ran your mouth and said, Rain Man was a movie. You know, if I didn't fight with Stabby, I don't think I could do this show. I mean that, Sonny, from the bottom of my heart. It's been this way since the beginning. It's been this way since the beginning. I heard a show the other day from 2010 where I go, shut up, Stabby. I don't think that I could complete my day without saying, shut up, Stabby. So shut up, Stabby. Anyway, it's just a
hold on. 7 years Stabby's been listening to your show?
Well, I've been following him around in chat rooms, I guess, doing a podcast.
For 7 years, though, we're talking.
He hasn't been listening to me. I've been following him around and podcasting in whatever chat room he's in.
That's a long time, though.
He loves me, and I love him.
Yeah, it's all good.
I know that. Eric, the noisemaker. You must have saw what I
I'm
wrote
not
in the
making
chat
any
room.
noise right now, though.
I know. You found
I'm laying in bed on my crystal mat.
Really?
I've got a crystal mat that I bought from Hawaii that it heats up. There's crystals in it, and it totally relaxes me. It's
Did y'all just hear Eric say he does crystal meth?
But that's one of those mats that uses your own body heat to heat it up, right?
Exactly. Yeah, it's all crystals.
Sounds hot.
I know a lot about that.
I bet you do.
Work too.
I bet you do, Sonny.
I sleep on this thing. It makes me feel. It rejuvenates me.
It sounds hot.
It is hot, but you know what though? If it gets too hot, I just roll over. It's on half my bed, and then the other half doesn't have it. So if I get too hot, I just roll over on this half of the bed, and it's all good. But I could sleep, 4 or 5 hours and wake up and be all good to go.
Oh, there's no way I could sleep on
A
one
lot
of
of
those.
people listen to somebody like Eric and they think, boy, he must just have a charmed goddamn life. No, Eric doesn't have a charmed life, but Eric has figured out what I've tried to tell you idiots for 5, 6 freaking years. Being happy is not because of your surroundings. Being happy is not because of your situation. Being happy is because you have looked inside yourself and realized that you are happy with who you are. And it has mostly to do with how you treat people. You need to hush right now. Don't say those words anymore. And just like me, I don't have any reason to be happy. I mean, look at my situation, people. Come on. Ask Sonny. Don't ask Sonny. But I'm saying, and Eric's not living in a bed of roses right now. I mean, he's got kids he hasn't talked to, women he hates, all this. You know what I'm saying? But he,
I don't hate no women.
But he, well, okay, anyway.
I just don't put up with no shit.
But he's happy because
I am happy. I'm very happy.
Being happy has to do with how you treat people, period. No, I'm not going to play the happy song, but I am now that you said that.
Don't worry, be happy with, what is that, Eddie McFarlane?
Oh, no, I do better than that.
Okay,
I do better than that. Here comes our happy song, and then we're going off the air. Ready, everybody? And
Okay.
a 1, a 2, a 1, 2, 3, 4. Cook it. Do it.
Downtown.
No.
My gal.
Gonna go downtown and
Gonna sing
see
her a
that.
song.
Gonna show
Gonna
her
show
my-
her my ding dong.
My ding-a-ling, your
Yeah.
ding-a-ling. Everybody's got a ding-a-ling-a-ling.
Hot air balloon that could go to space. With the air, like I don't care, baby, by the way. Because I'm happy. Clap along if you feel like a room without a roof. Because I'm happy. Clap along if you feel like happiness is the truth. Because I'm happy. Clap along if you know
Come on, everybody,
what
clap.
happiness is to you. Because I'm happy. Clap along if you feel like that's what you want to do. Here come bad news, talking this and that.
Okay, Sonny, you have to tell us, why are you happy today? Why are you going to be happy today? Why? One reason.
Oh, I'm just because I'm just happy with my life. So there you go.
All right. We'll give Eric a minute to think of something.
No offense to you. Don't
Eric, give me one reason why you're going to be happy today.
Because I don't have to answer to nobody. I don't have to do anything I don't want to do. There's nobody that I have to go to work for. I do what I want, and I'm trying to have a good time and make other people happy. That's what makes me happy.
I haven't hit a lick since last September. Okay, why am I happy today? Y'all want to know? Do y'all want to know?
Yeah, girl.
I'm happy because I'm on this side of the fucking grass, okay? And if I'm doing that, it's going to be a good day. Bring me down. And I'm happy because I have some ice cream sandwiches that I got today at the store. I'm joking. Because I clap along if you feel like a room without a roof. Clap along if you feel like happiness is the truth. Clap along if you know what happiness is to you. That's all I know of that song. Like that's what you want to do. Because I'm happy. Clap along if you feel. Clap along, clap along, clap along. Checking the chat room, please write down why you're going to be happy today. You're going to be happy because... Finish this sentence. Boys, back it down a little bit. Today I will be happy because... blank. Here I come. Stabby says because Darren says he's happy because Debbie doesn't think he's a troll right now. Stabby says that he's happy because Debbie is the most beautiful girl in the world. Mr. White says Debbie is the best singer. That's very good. No, I'm joking, of course. They didn't say anything. They were mean. Happiness is the truth. Clap along if you know that happiness is you. Clap along But what I'm trying to say is situations are always... Stop it, Eric!
What?
He goes, "Eric," and it was echoed. It hurt my
I didn't
little
say
ear.
shit. I didn't say shit.
No, it's it's your speakers feeding back into your microphone.
I don't understand. It can't be. It's impossible. But you know what? Elizabeth April, when she did your reading on Sunday, she commented about your singing. I don't forget what she said, but I was just listening to you sing along with that song "Happy," and she knew that you had a talent, and she didn't know you, so she kind of nailed you on that because you do kind of have a singing talent there, I think.
Well, she also said that I like doggies and nice people and not mean people.
Yeah, I think she did get you right for the most part. I mean, you could be skeptical if you want, but she did kind of nail it for the most part.
No, she nailed me. I just didn't want to say it. She nailed me to the wall. But what she said was all good, and y'all are all bad people. Sonny, after I said that, I bit my fingernail, which means I was nervous over what you were going to say back. I went, uh-oh. Why do they call, we know, Angel, why do they call you Eric the Protector?
Oh, that's a good question. So 6 months ago, when Elizabeth April was on the Wolfman Show the first time, I called in for a reading, and that's when she told me that I asked her, I said, why am I interested in this whole UFO ET phenomena? I says, I don't understand. I said to her, I don't understand why this is so interesting to me. It just is. And she goes, okay, hold on. Let me see, whatever. And then she goes, well, you're Palladian. She said I was Palladian. She was the only person and the first person to tell me I was Palladian, and that and then she says that you are here on this planet to protect people. You are here. You're a connector and a protector. And so that stuck with me after that. So I'm the protector. I protect people.
You know who the protector is of Beloved over here? It's me, a 420-pound black man that will kick your Palladian ass all the way back to Palladia if you fuck with Debbie. That's all I'm saying. Let go. Let go. Let go of the microphone. Shit.
You got the bass turned down too deep, Debbie. We can't hear it very well.
Okay, now wait a second. Let's turn the bass off. Okay, now the bass is completely off. Now I should be... Who gives a fuck?
Tyrone, don't do that. Don't act like
That's
that.
funny
Go
shit
back to
right
bed.
there.
Tyrone, go back to bed.
Tyrone. I love it when you do that shit. That voice
It's
is
not
funny
me. It's
shit.
the actual people in the other studio. It's not.
It's a fucking EVP. I love it. It's your own little private
Oh, you
EVP.
just bit it off that time, buddy. You just bit it off. All right, we're out of here. We love you all. Good night and have a pleasant tomorrow. Sonny, how much do I love you? A little or a lot?
A lot.
All right. Hey, Sonny, good to hear your voice again. We'll talk to you soon, brother.
You too,
Yeah.
buddy. You take care.
Goodbye from our show.
Good night.
Sonny,
Good night.
Sonny, you got the other word the other night. You should hear the end of the show. You got the last word. You go like this. You go, he starts bringing up Titanic and you go, that's it. I'm fucking out of here. That was the last word on the show. Yes, it was.
That's hilarious.
Because I said, we already off the air, remember? I said, oh my
yes.
God. And he goes, well, then Titanic, because I said it's 300, and he goes, well, Titanic sunk at 120. You go, oh, that's out. I'm fucking out of here. And it goes beep, and it went off.
That's funny. Oh, that's crazy. Mm-mm.